So, last time, our heroes found themselves coming into the second to last of the ritual points, the chakra centers of the land, which at Okurai's behest they were to connect in order to cause the caves to serve as an anchor for basically the reality that is familiar to them, the reality that they come from. And over the long rest, what happened? Sayako talked to Tokugawa Makiro underneath the temple on the stilts. They learned through everything but admission that Tokugawa Makiro is Horosha, the creator of the Forlorn Blades and soul equal to Pongu. And who else did things? Did Terra do anything during that
Reika.
long rest? Yeah, Reika did, but I don't remember that, and Stuart's not here to remind me.
It was Reika was like the cat put her on the path. Okurai was like,
Oh, right, you're right, yeah. Reika talked to Okurai. Ramsho didn't do much, and then Okurai, while going over to examine something that Sayako had noticed, hurriedly came back and mentioned that he had to start the ritual immediately, told everyone to gather up their resources, their weapons, and to prepare. For what, the party wasn't sure. Sure enough, Amatsu Mikaboshi, in the flesh, phased through the wall at different points and began attacking them, and through a very long and arduous combat, lots of spell learning happening, lots of Mog damage reflecting, and lots of Sayako using the Wish Scroll to... Well, actually, yeah, let's get into that. So Sayako took out her Chakra Basin. No. Activated Alignment Malignment, and through that saw the chakra of millions of different creatures inside of Amatsu Mikaboshi, all coalesced into this black nothing. And so she used the Wish Scroll to extract her mother's chakra from Amatsu Mikaboshi and into herself. She was successful. It temporarily gained her the benefits of being level 20, and using her time well, she cast a time stop and then 7 9th level disintegrates.
Yeah.
Which pretty handily took Amatsu Mikaboshi out. After the fight, Okurai began behaving strangely after having finished the ritual, and despite a death ward being cast on him, it was revealed that he had been puppeteered by Shen for an ambiguous amount of time, as Shen revealed himself, nodded to the party, and left them a map with where the last center of chakra for the land for this ritual would be located. He concluded the speech with a confession that that is where they would find him. And then he departed. The party, in its weakened state, especially Sayako, made their way back to, manually this time, made their way back to Ine Fujin. And it was there that they rested for 3 days. We're going to start up with what actual downtime activity is going to be happening during these 3 days. And then, ball's in your guys' park.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can contact Chiharu and get a Kento.
And now we're going to switch to Night Drive. Alright, so, Show. We'll say you guys get back, and you and Reika and Terra corral Sayako up in one of the abandoned homes full of Kodama. And with the Kodama help, you sort of get Sayako comfy, you set her up, and give her some time to rest. You mentally steel yourself and leave with the resolve that you're going to attempt to contact one of your patrons. You sit down, you inscribe the appropriate ritual circle, You close your eyes and you concentrate. Which one?
Chiharu.
Chiharu? Alright, is high good or bad?
High is good. Always good.
You see... Okay. Roll history to see if you recognize this place. You're looking at there's a small body of water. There's a lot of ash strewn about. There's small structures, and you can see the remains of some plant life that has long since withered away. There seems to be some sort of murky shadow dwelling at the bottom of the small pool of water. Looks to be like sort of pond-sized. And it looks like you're looking at the top of a hill, I guess. And this rippling ash, like sand, just sort of drifts down, scurries up in little dust devils. You do not see Chiharu.
I try the sending.
Alright. Is that good or bad?
I am still good.
Let me think for a second. What do you say?
I say, Chiharu, I just want to let you know that I'm alright. We're alive. We've defeated Amatsu Mikoshi, and we're set to fight with Daizo. I've decided not to mention about the world not being intact. Real. No.
Okay. Now my attention is focused. Sorry about that.
No problem.
At least she actually responded instead of asking, "Who is this?"
Oh my. Are you alright?
How many times can you cast Sending?
Once.
Okay, so after about 10 minutes... No, not 10 minutes. We'll say you get up out of the ritual circle and you're sort of brooding on that for a while. Then an hour and a half later, you get a message back from her. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
I think something is very wrong with her.
Does
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. This one's 26, but I'm being lenient on you, so I'm also being lenient on me.
What the fuck? That's a good myth, Ma'am Show.
Yes, hi. Alright, Ro. People says to watch your back.
No,
Thank you.
Tybalt says to watch your back.
Oh, people says to watch my back.
Ro chirps and gives you a furrowed brow and of conviction.
Yeah, I don't think I'm having another outbreak of back knee either, but yeah. Things are coming.
Roll insight. The fuck's going on with sending? Alright, so,
Let's see if Geki Kenko is still sane.
alright, so you sit down and describe a different ritual circle. And, is that good or bad?
Let's go for highest. People get in the 70s.
Alright, so you see Geki Kenko walking actually a path that's slightly familiar to you. He's
Do I roll history on this too?
you can recognize it pretty immediately from the foliage and the general sort of landscape. He is on Western Omanatwe, not the Forbidden Isle, but you remember the land, sort of the configuration and the topology, the terrain of where you initially landed. And it's daytime and things seem peaceful, and he's sort of just strolling among the trees.
Geki Kenko.
He does not respond.
Geki Kenko?
There's this weird shimmering sort of wateriness now that you start to pay more attention. Not even to just Geki Kenko's surroundings, but to everything in this little communicative bubble you've created. It's slightly different than the one you're used to.
Master Geki Kenko. I try to hurry to catch up with him.
All right, you get up from your little circle of clarified void, and you start to run over to him. And as you step into the black, you leave the ritual circle, and everything fades back into Ine Fujin.
I take a deep breath. Tears are running down my eyes. I pull myself together. Nod.
You got
Go
the
back.
good results for both of those, by the way.
Yeah. We go back to watch over Sayako.
Alright, so Sayako, Merim Sho comes in the door of the small abode you've been resting in. You've probably got a couple Kodama, one of which has found somehow a big leaf fan, and it's just sort of like waving it at you. What have you been doing?
Besides resting, what day are we on, by the way?
1.
We're on day 1. She's basically been what do I have for like cantrips? Do I have anything just jokesy and stupid? I have a couple. Yeah, she has dancing lights. She's just basically been making random patterns with dancing lights while laying down because it's like
One of the Kodama got up on one of the dressers, and with 3 other Kodama, they made like a little hoop by connecting their arms, and you're basketball throwing your dancing lights, and occasionally missing the hoops. And every time you do, the Kodama like fall to their knees and slam their fists on the tops of bookshelves in frustration. And every time you make it, like they cheer and give you shitty gifts. Like sometimes they'll bring you a rock, or or some gritty dirt or something.
All right. So that's basically what she's been doing because she's kind of confined to a bed right now. She slowly sits up, grunting. She doesn't have her healthy pale complexion. She's got bags under her eyes.
Mamsho walks in, pretty clear she's been doing some crying recently.
Sako scoots over on her little makeshift bed and pats down a space for Marimsho.
Chiyako, your sister. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not feeling well. Chiharu, I think she doesn't seem to know who I am, and Tybalt thinks that Daiza is Hirinumasu's seer.
So Marimsho, do you wanna just like word for word all the sending messages that went between? Okay, great. Sayako, roll insight.
All right,
Roll
let me
insight,
see
there
you
it is.
flub this one.
He is rebellious.
Let's see. So disadvantage on ability checks, speed is half, disadvantage on attack rolls. Yeah. She just kind of blankly stares for a moment.
Maybe you'll get 220.
He got an 8. 8. I'm gonna give it to 8 because
Oh, okay. I can't see.
fuck everything. Yeah, he GM rolled it for some reason.
I don't know why GM rolled it.
It sounds to you like these sending messages aren't necessarily from like altering reality. It sounds like the sending messages are just weirdly contacting them at different points in time. Like the first time she contacted Chiharu was before they'd met, and she contacted Tybalt at a point where Chiharu
All right. So
also didn't know, but
Sako-
Tybalt knew who she was because Tybalt's always known who she was.
Yeah. Sako slowly nods. Show. I don't think you need to worry too much.
Yeah, the biggest clue is won't be here for the town hall with Shamiwa next week.
Alright, do something for me, Marimsho. Take a moment to consider where we are.
Not quite anywhere, because everything's falling apart.
And not quite any when.
Oh.
Take a deep breath.
Sayako tries to smile reassuringly to Marimsho. Truth be told, once we fix that last alignment, I won't know where it's going to place us, but I think things will be alright. You might have to perhaps make up for some lost time, but if the Chiharu that I know full and well liked you before, she'll take a shining to you again. That's to say, this is all theoretical. I mean, Sako shakes her head. There's no certainty in anything, but I'm just thinking about if worse comes to worse, it's not as bad as it could be.
Sayako, what's your AC?
Oh my god, you're gonna fucking ask me what my AC is when I'm fucking on death's door? It's 19.
A small pebble thumps into your head, and a bunch of Kodama cheer on the Kodama that seems to be the thrower.
You're really gonna kick a girl while she's down?
They frustratedly recreate the hoop. They're angry you haven't been paying any attention to them.
Okay, alright, here we go. She swirls her fingers around, conjures some more foxfires, and lobs one through the hoop. Or tries to.
Roll ranged attack. With
I'm just
proficiency since it's magic. No, you know what? You can kind of just decide where it goes. It's dancing lights. You have absolute control over it. Do you want it to make it or not?
I'm gonna have it twirl around the rim and then fall through the hoop. They've made.
Alright, it twirls around the rim for a good 15 to 20 seconds, and all of them look like they're about to just lose their minds in anticipation. And then one of the Kodama sort of tentatively walks up and starts to gesture to push it in, but before he can touch it, it falls in, and the Kodama cheer, and then they look at the one that was going to interfere, and then they dogpile him.
Anyway, Sako looks back towards Miram Show.
That's almost. That would mean that Tibble got a message out of the blue from me saying that basically the world was ending, and there's nothing that he can figure out about it because it's not ending then.
Well, I'm glad that, if anything, I'm glad that that message came to him. If I know what I know about Tybalt, is that he is a very, very precautious man. And a good ally to have.
Thank you, Sayako. Is there anything I can get you? A drink? Anything?
You probably entertain the Kodama for her for a little bit so she can actually sleep. Having a bunch of immortal kids to deal with.
Hey, Ro, come in here. Some friends want to play ball with you.
Ro, the door just as Ro barrels in. She looks around. The Kodama look at Ro. It looks like there's some recognition there, and then the Kodama start arranging themselves strangely. It takes them a bit. Are you gonna wait and watch what happens?
Yes.
Alright, so the Kodama sort of, some of them take one of the rolled up carpets in one of the closets of this sort of decrepit building, and they lay it out, and it's this long, thin red carpet covered in dust. It sort of kicks up into the air and makes you want to cough a little bit, but it's not close enough to really elicit too much of a sneezing fit. And the Kodama go to one end, and they arrange themselves in this triangle, and they stand very rigidly. Ro at the other end sort of builds up speed, flying in a circle, and then all at once curls up into a ball and rolls herself down the carpet, and just bowling pin noises as the Kodama are knocked over. Looks like Ro gets up to do it again. Like this is something they've done before, but the Kodama, after they're knocked down and Ro is discombobulated out of her bowling ball form, they just start like jumping on top of her and trying to hold Ro down, and Ro's just like looking at them like, you know that you weigh basically nothing, right? And she just sort of starts idly tossing them across the room, and they're like thonking against the wall and getting up and charging her again. And
I had a few illusions of my own. Just, like sparkly balls just bouncing around.
perfect.
Basically like a cat laser.
It definitely diverts the attention of probably like 5 or 6 Kodama.
The red dot! Get the red dot!
One of the Kodama takes the teacup off of its head and frisbees it at the red dot at the wall, and it shatters. The Kodama looks on in anguish and walks over to the pieces before falling to his knees and screaming to the heavens in a tiny Kodama voice.
Hmm. I make one of the dots basically appear to gently float down and rest on its nose.
Nope. It's lost its purpose in life.
Twinkle, twinkle, little Kodama.
Do you want to cast Mending on its teacup?
Yes.
Good.
Wait, I don't have mending.
Well, you do now.
Alright.
Alright.
It's nice to take my mind off the weighty things.
Anything else you guys want to do?
Sayaka's gonna ask, how long are we gonna be holed up here for?
Best you reckon a couple more days, Marim Show.
Couple days, I think.
Perfect. She says perfect, but
It's sardonic.
it seems half sardonic.
Yeah. One of the Kodama, because both of you played with them, goes up to you, Sayako, climbs up on your shoulder, and it gives you a single hand boop on the tip of your nose. Roll a 1d6.
Okay.
You are getting a Kodama bless.
Oh boy.
Alright, the creature, when next it rests, will not be threatened. That doesn't do anything, but good to have. And then the Kodama slides down your arm, and Superhero lands on your shoulder, Marim Show, before walking over and single Kodama hand booping your nose too. Roll a 1d6.
Thank you, little one.
The creature will not be affected by the next attack made on them, no matter when it takes place.
Nice.
Nice.
He gets out of dodge, folding his arms and trying to look cool.
Anyway, I'm gonna nap for some more. But it's good to know. She looks around, just between you and me, Marim Show. I got a little thank you planned before we set out.
Marim
So-
Show. Marim Show raises her eyebrows.
So look forward to it.
To the Kodama?
No, to you.
My.
I should be calling you Master Marim Show, but old habits. Apologies.
Master? I'm not your master.
You're a master of the path of Kisei.
Seishin. Seishin.
It's fucking Seishin. These
No,
words.
but you're tired and exhausted. Understandably, you'd make a mistake.
You're a master of the path of Seishin. And there's not many people who can hold that claim. Not many
that-
mortal people, anyway. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm all about due respect.
And potato chips.
And potato chips. Alright. Was there anything else? Because I really need to sleep.
No.
Alright, great. Marim Show gets out of dodge as well. Anybody else want to do anything? Tara?
Well, I know what I've been doing the last 3 days because so
Because you what?
I made a list of
Great.
what.
Keep talking, because hopefully your voice problems will fix themselves, and if they don't, then I'll tell you.
Oh, goody, fantastic! How wonderful that I'm having voice problems. Huzzah! Did you get any of them?
A very small amount. Nothing.
You sound
I
normal.
got that you have a big list of stuff written down. Don't know what any of it is though.
His voice sounds normal to me.
That's weird. Does it sound normal to you, Robert?
Say something to me, Caro.
I unplugged and replugged the Ethernet cable.
All right. Well, that
It's
was
a bit choppy.
all right. Just might as well keep going. I'm not that particular about it, anyways. I don't care.
Well, it I did this Ethernet thing so people can hear my voice better. I'm at a fucking kitchen table instead of in my comfortable bedroom. But bullshit.
Laughs and good internet.
My internet is good, just not so much for voices.
I don't think your internet's good.
Let's see.
I think it's comparatively good to what you had.
Let's see. There's the existential crisis, talking with Mog, fretting over Psycho with healing bullshit, Shuriken training, practicing her healing, and feeling hell jealous that those three do really cool things in that.
All right. Sounds like a 1d6 roll to me.
Plenty of things to go for, so let's see which happens first. We're starting with the existential crisis.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Now, how do I start an existential crisis?
Well, what
Hmm.
what what would Terra have been doing besides the existential crisis? Like you want to poke
I
around
feel like
in
one-
Fujin?
One of the first things she probably would have done, the Hiroshima statue stopped like right at the entrance of Inafujin.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so she's going to just kind of sigh and, with the help of Wrathguard, pick it up and put it down.
Roll strength.
That would probably be a good idea, yeah. You know what would have really helped is if I had my character sheet pulled up. Rolling strength. Wow. Great job, Tara. Fantastic. 10 out of 10.
For what it's worth, the DC was 25. That was going to be really hard. It's still a big rock statue. Alright, so you go to Horosha and you start trying to pick it up, and you're like, I don't have the energy for this.
I don't feel like it.
And you turn around, and there's a Kodama, and you remember the very first Kodama that you guys all saw in the Kami Forest in Ramui.
What was that? 100 years ago? 2 years ago? A year? It's very hard to tell, isn't it?
The Kodama just sort of cocks its head slightly, and a big question mark animates above it.
There's this time bubble, bullshittery, and I'm not from this time bubble, but I've been living in this time bubble. And my relationships fake, but they're... What have I been eating? Have I been eating the... Like... If it's fake food, but real food. And staring at the ground hardcore, and it's the fucking figuring it out meme with the lady on it.
It's the math meme.
The math meme, yeah. And she's just...
The Kodama sort of gives you a look like, this motherfucker, as it just sort of like walks past you, and Sits on Horosha's foot.
Be careful, he might kill. Okay, so if I'm from the now, then that at least means Kanan's in good condition. But if Leo also, I knew I should have picked up sending after. Oh, hey Tara, why don't you have send? Ugh. Does Leo? Wait, what has the sun been like in the ever in Kanan? Do we have a sun? And she flops down to the ground. What the fuck?
Existential crisis over.
She's probably gonna stay there for like another 30 minutes, just muttering softly "what the fuck" to herself. But
Alright.
then, yeah, existential
I'm
crisis.
gonna say Mog happens upon you. He's swinging
The real-
one of his Kusarigama idly, and he walks past the Horosha statue, and he almost steps on you. Goes, what's up? What's down? I guess.
Oh, just the usual existential crisis. You find out your friends are friends that have been long since dead, and your boyfriend's probably dead, and you're not even certain what you've been actually eating, and how are you still alive? Magic bullshit.
Can't relate. You want some help up?
Please.
You're basically encapsulated in a giant hand and lifted to your feet without any effort from you.
Thank you.
I was just sort of out, not really doing much.
He sort of side eyes, and the scene flashes back to Mog alone in a big cavern with a bunch of stalactites, and he's sort of just like doing a bunch of cool moves, being like,
Ha! Hey! 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 Ha! Not this time! Ha!
he turns around, he throws his Kusarigama, it shatters a rock.
He's like, gotcha!
He's doing all these poses and shit.
So... You got a boyfriend? I heard you mention? What's he like?
I don't know. Like, technically, yes, but technically, no. He might have been dead 100 years. Focus. Do not go down that rabbit hole again.
Wasn't one of the important things we talked about that, like, this weird fake shit that I'm seeing is also real?
Yeah, yes, and real and magic bullshit, and hopefully, theoretically, my Katsutora, that's his name. He's a greedy little merchant.
He sort of has this dubious like, what the fuck? That's not what I was expecting.
He went with a friend of mine, Leo, a part of... Actually, thinking about it, Leo was from the north too. And in fact, that whole... So they also intervened when I think about it. Huh.
Or they're fake.
He shrugs.
Or I was very well hallucinating it all, yes. At this point...
Actually, a good way to tell is... if you're not from this place,
He air quotes.
did any of the other guys know about you? Because assumedly you weren't around 100 years ago. Right.
That... Actually, and since they did know about me, then that means that they were also from the now.
No
Now,
hallucinations.
What's important here is that Leo took Katsu with him.
Uh-oh.
Now, does that mean Time Bubble Hirosha Bull aged him 75 years? Does it mean that there's a wild dream running around and probably trying to woo on every woman he's...
You got a weird taste.
Yeah, I do.
Listen. I hit things real good. Not much of a thinker, but
What actual use is it? Dwelling on that.
Well, it's always nice to know what exactly has actually happened, which is everything. So,
well, the way I think about it, our memories are important for two reasons. They're there so we can learn from them, and they're sort of a pillar that we can rely on when our point of view is shaken, right? Now, with you, I can see how there's a problem with the second one there, but with the first one, even if memories are fake, can't you still learn from them?
that's true. No matter what happens afterwards, I'm still going to be thankful for the bonds and such that I've acquired, and I can always look back on them, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just this weird situation of you learned everything you know from your imaginary friends.
He shrugs.
So, you said you were doing... or were on your way to?
No, coming back from it actually.
Coming back.
Gotta keep the wits sharp and the blades dull.
Think you have that... Well, not backwards. You don't want your dull witted. Your witted dull.
He shakes his head.
No, you don't understand. These bad boys,
He spins one of the Kusarigama.
way better at crushing windpipes than you'd think. Down here where there's all these rocks, sharp blade wouldn't get you anywhere except, repair shop, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I wonder. So you've seen the really cool stuff that my other friends can do, right?
Yeah, sure.
What can you do? Like, was that one thing you did part of that really cool?
You have a weird way of quantifying things, first of all, but,
It was really cool! Like, Mirucho was all, ooh, I'm gonna absorb this fire! And Riku was all like, "Roar!"
He looks
It's
around.
like, out of my chakra!
yeah, I got it.
He sort of gives you the shut up hand. He's looking around.
Yeah, right there, perfect. Come here.
And he sort of takes you up a small slope off the road and onto a small sort of flat area of the cavern that's much closer to the ceiling.
Behold, Terra, the coolest thing I can do.
And he stands at the edge of the cavern and he holds out one of his hands. And he speaks a word that you forget as soon as he's finished speaking it. And the slope reverses. You guys go down in the cavern as if the platform you were on was an elevator. And then he leads you up the slope back to the road and he goes,
Tell me that's not fucking crazy!
That is so fucking awesome! Holy
So,
you were like,
turns out I know the most accurate word for down that has ever existed.
cool.
I know some others too, but I try to be careful with them. Like one time, a wolf attacked me and I was like, down, except I said the big one. And, well,
It just kind of flew up off into space.
no. No, it went down, that's for sure.
Tara looks down at the cavern and was just, how far down did it?
It went pretty far down.
So cool.
A whole bunch of other stuff went down too. It was messy.
So cool.
Anyways, yeah, I also got that, redirecting stuff. Psycho, she says she's got the chakra stuff going on. I think I kind of, I've got some intuitiveness into that, I think. Like, I don't really get it, but at the same time, like, I think my body does, and yeah.
Kind of makes sense. Chakra is what you're made up of, kind of, so I
What?
get it a little.
Are you kidding me?
He just sort of like punches at his chest a little bit.
I'm made of these rippling abs, cat girl.
They are pretty rippling.
That's right.
He flexes a little bit.
I can't say that I'm not jealous of all this cool stuff everyone can do, and I'm just a healer.
Just a healer. Actually, yeah, that's all you did. You're right.
Thanks for the support.
Actually, thank you for the support.
Fair.
And you guys make it back to town. Do we want to cut to Reika since you just got here?
Sure.
I st-
What?
Great.
Hello.
So you've missed the Kodama Olympic Games featuring Ro as a bowling ball. You've missed Sayako shooting hoops. You missed Maram Sho contacting Chiharu and seeing a desolate wasteland, contacting Geki Kenko and seeing him in a very peaceful Omanatue. It was not a decrepit wasteland. She tried casting Sending on Chiharu. Chiharu didn't recognize her. Chiharu went to Tybalt, and then Tybalt casted Sending on Maram Sho, and together with Sayako, Maram Sho and Sayako deciphered that when she's casting Sending, it's kind of doing weird timey-wimey stuff, where the best theory they've got is that their Sending spell contacted the Chiharu and the Tybalt that existed before they had really interacted with Maram Sho. Not Tybalt. Tybalt knew who Maram Sho was, but Tybalt didn't know why they were hunting Daiza. Also, Tybalt mentioned Shamiwa being alive and holding a town hall in a week. So they sort of came to the conclusion that they've got some weird spatial stuff going on. There's also some weird temporal stuff going on.
Even in the post-apocalyptic wasteland, it's important to keep in touch with your constituents.
Basically.
Sounds
So-
very distant on my end.
Sounds fine
I
on
should-
mine.
Now you're fine.
Yeah, I moved the mic forward. Yeah, I'm on the Ethernet cable.
All right. So, anyways,
It's a
what's
trend
Reika
now.
what's Reika been doing for the first day of the 3?
You're breaking up?
Yeah, my bar's red.
Maybe you should be on Ethernet connection.
I am on Ethernet connection. My
Hey,
computer doesn't have
apparently
Wi-Fi.
it does help me.
My bar's weirdly going down to yellow and then red and then green.
Well, you're coming through green now, so...
Hold on.
for what it's worth, there's been a little bit of fuckery with me, even with an Ethernet cable. So
Discord is just bad.
it is. It's just absolutely horrible.
All right. Well, if anything's so bad that I need to report it, just repeat it. Just let me know. So, what have you been doing for the first of the 3 days of downtime, Reika?
Getting disconnected from Discord and then
Yeah,
put back in.
it literally just happened because Jonah put us on US East.
With us. Yeah. Okay. Fuck. What has Reika been doing? That. So when Shen throws his charms, do they just immediately disappear? Once they're used.
What do you mean?
If you remember, Shen threw a kunai charm.
Yep.
Right, and she recovered it.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything left on it?
Yeah, you still got it. Seems like its magic
Okay.
was used, but you've got it.
Okay. Rika wants to have a look at that and see if she can.
All right, it has a sigil inscribed on it that says weakness.
And that's to say, he just needs to write the word and then the magic happens.
You don't know. The magic's gone.
Amazing.
Actually, roll investigation or perception, one of the two.
This is what literacy does for you kids. Reading Rainbow is teaching you how to manipulate the cosmos the entire time.
You missed Mog doing that, by the way.
No, I came in just as that was happening.
Now that we're on a different coast, how am I sounding? Is it a little better?
You actually sound way better.
Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna go with perception.
Yeah, isn't your intelligence 10? All right, so
Yeah.
you actually
11.
see there's a little more writing. You bring it closer to your face, and down way in the corner, underneath the symbol for weakness, it has an angry face, and then "fuck you, Reika, you damage hound." No, that's not there. It just says weakness.
Yeah, I wasn't looking to replicate. I was looking
Yeah, that's
to...
that's a message from the devs.
Boy,
Yeah.
getting into the code of this game's
So, you've got the charm.
Maybe this has all just been one asinine fantasy style adventure. Tale told by idiots. Signifying nothing.
Come here, meow, meow,
They're told like signifying.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you what she's been doing. Is there any wood around here?
Roll investigation or perception, because I don't hate you. You find some small planks of petrified wood. Yes.
Great. Rika's gonna carve herself a boat.
You're gonna try. You got woodworking tools.
Knives and swords.
Right, knives and swords.
Reika,
Roll
no.
roll a dexterity check, no modifiers, to see how well you can carve this basically rock wood into a usable bow.
Dexterity check, no modifiers. Okay.
Reika, no.
I
I'm
tried
not
to do
sure.
this as a kid, so I know how hard it is.
You what?
I tried to make bows out of wood. All right.
Oh, bow!
So
I thought you said bow!
so you have a bow that deals 1d4 plus dexterity damage, and has a range of 15 feet.
Wait, she did say bow? I heard bow.
B-O-W or B-O-A-T?
AT. I heard AT.
Well,
I
I'm
heard
I'm asking Stuart. I don't care what you heard.
Bo, as in, why would you be? Why would?
I don't know. That's what I was
I
wondering.
don't know, but that's
All right,
what
great.
we heard.
So you have a bow that deals 1d4 plus dex damage and has 15 feet of range.
Okay.
So when somebody is 5 feet further than you can hit them, you can now fire a shitty bow. Are you doing this all day? You're probably gonna have to do this all day.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone else, you guys see Reika. She gets this petrified wood and she carves it into this shitty arch, and then she takes it to the underwater salt sea, and she just waves it back and forth in the water so that it gets its springiness, and it takes hours. And Reika, it's horrible, but you know what? That's what you're doing. And then you string it because you're incredibly dexterous. Good job.
If I can't have
Well, nice, Rika.
it's makeshift. But if I can't have my wind bow, I may as well have whatever we can salvage.
Something like.
All right, and as you're coming back from the lake bed, is High good or bad?
For me or
You.
high is great.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's a 1.
That is a 1.
Imagine if you'd said that high was bad.
You know, I distinctly remember myself saying high was bad.
In fairness, you know, you got a 100 with the Tsukiyomi. The moon looked down on you.
Oh my
So
fucking
just
god.
playing it.
You know, the fact that this was a this or that result instead of a scale is really feeling like a kick in the nuts. All right, nothing happens and you get back to Ine Fujin.
What? Ah. Ah.
Why are you trying to make her use her resources up?
All right. So, Sayako, you get up, and you're no longer as bedridden as you were the first day. You make your way out to the center point of Ine Fujin, the large dragon statue of which there is a luminescent chakra sigil, just ambiently giving off this soft green glow.
Alright, well, while she's here, she's gonna sit down with her chakra basin, close her eyes, use alignment, unalignment to study the surrounding chakras.
Roll chakra roll.
Because if she's gonna fucking complete the ritual, she needs to fucking figure out how she's gonna do it. And how, Okurai did it. No rest for the righteous, huh? Alright. Do I still have 5 levels of exhaustion?
No. You shouldn't have...
Alright.
Wait, why do you have 5 levels of exhaustion?
Because you put me
Because
at
of
5
the
levels
wish
of
scroll.
exhaustion.
Oh, right,
after-
because... Right, after... Right, yep. Yeah, you do. No, you have 4.
Okay.
Actually,
Well, that's
actually, since you did literally nothing the first day, you have 3.
good. That's still gonna make this hard. I have disadvantage.
Rip you.
Alright.
You
God,
will only
thanks,
have
Paul.
1 level of exhaustion tomorrow.
Okay. Moment of truth, guys.
Alright,
That's not bad.
that'll do it.
You should really rename them.
So you
Yeah, I should probably name that.
you sit there for a minute, and then your alignment malignment runs out, and you continue sitting there for another hour and 45 minutes as you sort of lose yourself in the sort of energy river that examining this sigil puts you in the middle of. You feel energy coursing in and around you. You almost feel it going through your hair and washing up in all your clothes, and you're immersed in it. And a couple times you open your eyes, and the surroundings, Ine Fujin itself, all of it's gone. You can't see anything, and all of a sudden it makes complete sense why Okurai couldn't do anything while he was creating this sigil. The flow of the river itself is... it's coming directly from your back, and you can see from two other directions it pouring into the point in front of you, almost as if it's like this circular waterfall. And the center place itself is sort of this hole in reality that leads down into this huge cacophonous yin-yang of transposed energy. You feel this weird sort of call of the void instinct to fall down into this chakra center.
Oh boy.
Are you gonna pull back?
Nope.
I'm gonna think of what Okurai would do in this situation.
Roll insight.
Oop.
You have no idea what Okurai would do in this situation. This is new terrain.
So I feel like if I fall in, I'll just lose myself completely.
You're not sure. You feel like you're standing at the edge of a spiritual cliff. That's the most concentrated energy you've ever seen.
She's gonna
Might be
pull back.
relaxing.
She's gonna pull back for now.
Alright, so you sort of jarringly wake up as you find yourself actually physically leaning back, and you almost fall over, and so
Ah!
your heart jolts in that same way, and you kind of shake the fog from your mind. However, it does give you insight. You feel like you know how... So, what it teaches you is that the other sigils are probably going in the opposite direction as this big hole. This center is a negative space where it's sort of a deposit of chakra, and the other 4 points are chakra being pulled up and directed in a river towards this point.
Okay. Alright.
It at least gives you the opportunity to try. And you get up, and I'm gonna say that you get up right as Reika's walking by with her newly finished bow.
Sayako looks at the bow and then looks at Reika, and she's like, what is that thing?
Well, we normally call it a bow.
Normally, but she points at it and cants her head. Normally. That doesn't look normal.
Well, unless you can bring a tree to life down here, I think that's the best we'll have to work with.
I've actually been thinking about that.
Bringing a tree to life so I can make a bow?
No. Think on a grander scale. Come, sit with me.
Yeah. Because sort of shrugs and sits down.
Alright. I've been thinking about the nature of our world. I've had a lot of time to think about it. What with having absolute jack all else to do. Thing is that if I complete this ritual, we can patch all the cracks in Izuni as we know it. but we're only fixing the one world. We're fixing our home. There's still an Izuni out there. And it has suffered much.
Have you considered that if we fix our Zuni and try and lay it over this one may cease to exist? And
I'm not entirely 100% sure what's going to happen once I align the chakras of the land. How this is all going to turn out. Okrai didn't know for certain. I don't know for certain. But I'm kind of taking a gamble with all of this. What do we have to lose?
Well, personally, whatever remains of our home and whatever remains of this blighted wasteland.
We can try to save one, but I don't know if we can save both. That's the thing.
Yeah, they can. I mean, Terra got in somehow.
Yeah, no, I'm still racking my brain over that, but you know,
Yeah, at the very
Is what
least,
it
like
is.
if shit goes completely south, you guys can just go north and be Domans.
there's also the matter of how we exist. We exist by Horosha's blessing.
I think we're getting the realms of existentialism here.
We're way past existentialism, Reika. This is our reality.
Isn't that what existentialism is?
Exactly that. Thing is that we can only exist because Horusha has allowed it. And I don't know the limits to that. I don't know the time limit. I don't know the limited distance. Like, yeah. It opens up my mind about a lot of things.
Roll insight on specifically why the statue didn't follow you all the way into Ine Fujin.
Okay.
These two dumbasses trying to ponder the nature of reality.
Yeah, she's gonna look over towards the statue and is like, huh, I would have thought that my magic's faded from it long. Oh yeah, that's right. He took up occupation and then thing for a while. I would give him my thanks, but I don't think he's around. So insight.
You get this weird compulsion to it's not so much compulsion as an anxiety, like why there? Like if he occupied it, why wouldn't it follow you all the way in? Does it have something to do with the chakra center? Does it have to do with something to do with Horosha himself?
She would still. I think she still has the eyes of chakra open, unless like.
Oh
the
no, you
minute
were
is-
there for an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess she blanked out during that time. 'cause she was
Alignment,
in, "Ooh,
alignment,
swirly
alignment
abyss."
opened the door, and then you walked through, and you were immersed in the ritual.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of odd that he wouldn't just, you know. She points over at the statue of Horosha. As we've known him, as Tokugawa Makiro, he seemed like the sort of guy that liked to put himself on a pedestal. It's kind of odd that is where he would choose to rest.
Also, it does seem a little abrupt. Like the statue isn't just standing, it's mid-walk.
Yeah.
I don't know if I neglected to mention that, but that's kind of important.
Well, I can't say I have the same basis in magic as you, but sure, why not? I'll see if I can rack my brains and see why he might have just stopped there.
Inside
This is technically, he is technically a spirit, right?
No.
Well,
No, he's like you got yokai, then you got oni, then you got gods, and then you have Horosha and Pangu. Like he's a couple Super Saiyans higher than Krillin.
And yet Goku still nearly lost him. Alright, just regular insight then. Sure.
ain't got a clue.
Nope. And yet my critical failure was still high.
Wait, Eric, do you roll 1d10 on those, or do you just take them?
I mean, yeah, let's see what you get with a natural 8 instead of just a fail. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's weird, spooky juju, and you're not typically well versed in magic, so maybe. Honestly, your first instinct is he's fucking with you, but Sayako, you do know that he seemed quite a bit more serious in his most recent dealings with you guys.
Alright, now maybe he's just a dick.
I mean, I don't think that's neither here nor there. Anyway. Sayako's going to pick herself up from where she's sitting, dust down her, robe. Her winter coat, I guess, and, have a look around the place.
Alright, roll investigation. Are you helping Reiko, or are you gonna go off to do your own
Yeah,
thing?
no, sure, I will.
Great, Reiko and Sayako, or Reika and Sayako. You know what? Fuck
There's a
it.
ship name.
Reiko investigation time. Advantage, you buffoon.
I have disadvantage because I am exhausted. It
So
cancels it out.
Wow.
Unless you're just gonna give me super advantage.
I mean, if Reiko was the one leading it,
Yeah, if Reika's leading, then it's a lower modifier, but it actually has advantage. So we're gonna say Reiko was supposed to roll this whole time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wow, what a goofy
Hey,
coincidence.
he
Whoa.
could figure this out.
Reika's gonna get 7 and 7. Alright, 16. Boom. So, you guys walk around Inefujin a bit. And Sayako, you notice Ayame's old home. It's up on a hill in the cave system. Let me switch the map over to it. No, not that. This whole thing is fuck. You're working with this.
Blah.
Blah. So you guys are, imagine this statue is some vaguely Asian statue. You guys get up to like maybe here, and there's a small abode on the precipice.
And this was Ayane's residence?
Ayame, yes. It's
Ayame.
it's
Ayame.
it's a small sort of nondescript hut, but you remember coming in and out of it several times. You see the little plots of rock where she kept her gardens, and there's no plants there anymore, but the outline's still there underneath the dust.
She's just gonna stoop down, kind of on her knees, and just look around at the what remains of the garden. So, I used to have a friend who took residence here.
Hmm.
This was way back when, and by Okurai's account, Master Okurai, by Master Okurai's account, a lot longer than whatever.
Probably like 125 years.
about 125 years longer than I remember, but
Were we ever that young?
I'm like 5 times your age. Anyway, so one of my first memories of this place was assisting her with a little matter of powerful yokai creature that had gone on a rampage because of the dragon hunts that year, and it threatened this entire town. Sayako shakes her head. Ayane did not survive.
Hmm.
Eric, remind me real quick, so I'm not scrolling through fucking our private messages, what happened to her?
Ayame's death was entirely natural, and you constructed a grave for her in Ine Fujin dedicated to her love of spirituality and a shrine for her where her cottage was located in the mountains, dedicated to her love of life. So
I got
she
fucking
was
mixed up.
she was just really old at the time, and she ended up dying like a few months later to unrelated means.
Okay, so she raises her hand. I don't mean to say that she didn't survive the
Akapito.
Akapito attack. No, she passed away peacefully. Just no.
I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah. She's gonna move towards where she set up the grave.
Alright, so that would be probably in back of the cottage. The gravestone is sort of crumbled and you can hardly read what was inscribed.
She's gonna stoop down and stare at it. It looks a lot older than she fucking remembers it to be. It's a funny thing. That's exactly how I would have written it. My own handwriting.
Well, it was you that did it.
It was, and yet it wasn't. She looks back towards Reika. The true Sayako lies dead against a wall.
I mean, I feel like we're getting into a lot of existentialism here, but maybe we should refer to them as the true versions of us.
I mean, our entire existence was based off of theirs.
Except for Terra.
Except for Terra. She's the special case, of course. The thing is that the only way I can move forward is accepting all of this for what it is. It's the only way that I know that I can protect it.
And scene end. Anything you guys want to do the third day?
Third day is the day we're setting out, right?
You're setting out at the end of the third day.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave that thing till the end of the third day.
Evening of the third day.
Sarah is going to fill her promise to Koga and actually practice her shuriken. She's probably gonna ask Mog if he wants that.
Are you gonna practice with the special one?
Am I allowed to practice with the special
it's
one
single,
and not
it's
waste
single
its
use, so
talent?
it will be wasted. Yes.
Then no, I don't want to practice with the special one.
Okay, as you practice with the
Is
regular
the-
one, roll 10 shuriken attacks.
All right. 1, 2, 8, 10.
Alright, let me do some counting. Is that all of them?
I think so.
1,
1,
2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
One crit fail, one
Yep,
bounce
you
off
just barely make it. So you throw a bunch of shuriken just constantly, and some of their points still. So subtract 2 from the amount you have, but you get in a lot of good practice, and you feel like your aim improving is not just due to flukes.
One just bounces off and embeds itself in Mog.
Mog pulls it out of his skin. There's no injury, and he uses it to shave off one of his toenails.
Thanks for the help.
Huh?
I mean,
Sorry
do you...
about that last one.
Yeah, I mean, do you want that one back?
I don't want that
I'm
one back.
gonna say it's one of the dulled ones, so you only have to lose 2. No tangible bonuses yet, but you're getting there.
That's what matters.
All right. So, anybody else doing anything?
Would Santa Second be ready yet?
Oh yeah, you want to go in the comb?
Yeah, sure.
You go in the comb. Zantetsuken is sticking out of the bark of the cherry blossom tree. It's got katana stats.
Of course it does.
No bonuses, but it does bypass magical resistance.
Difficult. She replaces one of hers. Puts it back in its place.
Great. So you come out of the comb, and Sayako, what do you want to do at the evening of the final day?
She's gonna gather everyone up around a fire that she made.
You want a music change to something requested?
Probably something calm, but somber. Perhaps.
Let's try this.
Stay a while and listen.
No. Does anybody have any
Some good mellow
Suggestions?
campfire music.
I think Home is always nice and mellow and campfirey, personally.
which is from
Undertale?
I might hate this.
But we don't care.
Actually, no. This is good. Alright, everybody's around the campfire.
All right. Listen up, everyone. I'm not really good with big, inspiring, grandiose speeches. That is typically our Tabaxi friends' forte. But there is a word I would like to have before we set out with each of you. She starts with Stuart. She starts with Reika.
And Stuart's just sitting at the campfire.
Yeah. Stuart's always been there. He's the party mascot. She starts with Reika. I just want to say thank you for fighting for this world. And she kind of like laughs and looks down at her knees. She's kind of like got her knees folded up, tucked to her chest. And for especially not sparing the second chance you'd been given. I didn't get the chance to know you as close as my siblings might have, but I feel like you've grown up a lot. She looks towards Marim Show. And I want to thank you too. Because you've considered not only the well-being of man, but yokai as well. This microcosm, this dream bubble that we all exist in, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same boat we share. And then she looks towards Terra, and I want to thank you for fighting for this world. Even though you might not necessarily hail from it, I'm still trying to figure that out, but that you would consider it home all the same. It does me a great honor. Mog. She looks towards Mog.
Hmm?
Same goes for you.
What?
Just keep doing you, okay? Thank you. Then she's going to look at everyone else. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we've defeated the Amatsumi Kaboshi. We have liberated a great deal of souls from it. Mother has returned to the place she belongs, with us. So no matter what happens here on in, I would just like to ask you all to stop and look at our accomplishments thus far. That said, and she pulls out the bullet chakra and starts to go zoop. I think a little bit of a celebration is in order. And she is going to cast Heroic Feast from the bullet chakra.
Oh my.
So, the campfire slowly starts to fade into this ambiguous sort of smoke as it grows up into a large carved stone table. Where each of you are sitting rises into a small raised platform where you're still able to kneel, but you're now at you're level with the top of the table, and food just sort of spirals into existence. There's a lot of yakisoba, there's udon, there's pocky. It's particularly close to where Sayako is. There's some big roast stuff that's closer to Mog and Terra. There's of course mashed potatoes and gravy, and
Did not
there's-
forget the gravy.
and there's some little rice balls. There's some sushi rolls. There's some sweets. There's some green tea ice cream.
Wontons.
Of course, wontons. And all of it's piping hot, and it won't get cold.
So, eat up, everyone.
Aram says, "What are you waiting for?" Digs right in.
Alright, so a creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points. These benefits last for 24 hours. So, I'm gonna roll the 2d10,
Oh, Eric rolls the 2d10. Okay,
Okay.
and you each get 14 maximum health.
nice.
Because I'm not going to say I rolled a 2d10 after not knowing Robert did and then roll lower and then fuck you guys with that. You get 14.
Okay. But this is temporary hit points?
No, it's max health, but it does fade, so put it in parentheses. Temporary hit points are different because they don't stack, so you can still get temporary hit points with this.
Okay.
You guys are all cured of diseases, so Tara becomes a regular girl.
What?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Hey, you had your chance to do that, and you didn't take it. It's too late.
All
It's
right,
not the girl that he had beef with, it's the cat.
Yeah.
and
That's what he was talking
and
about.
you guys, for what seems like it's been an eternity since, you get another nice little moment. Some of the Kodama come up and partake with you guys. They seem like they're leaving the rambunctiousness at the door. They don't fuck with anything, and you know, it's all
I
good.
love you guys.
The table remains where it is, but as the food disappears, it does not replenish itself. And the feast over, you stand and make your way south.
We're gonna do this, guys. Because I know we can.
God, we're fading and full stock.
Gotta open the old notes for this. The caves that you travel wind a confusing path, with many splits and turns, and gradually glowing purple crystals begin to appear. Ina seems to have its own deposits of Emelis as it slowly starts to crop up. Eventually, even thin rays of sunlight will pierce through lofty holes in the cavern ceiling, and the winding trail has expanded into a spacious cave, with a set of stairs leading up to a quiet, buildingless doorway. Sayako, after seeing that doorway, you immediately know where the ritual must be performed. But another thing, as you step into this spacious cavern, a pit forms in your stomach as you feel your chakra and the chakra of those around you stagnate. From just behind you, kunai materialize in the thin air, stuck in the ground, points on a massive circle as a massive ninja charm sigil written into the ground makes itself apparent, and the stone walls close at your back. Shen emerges from the doorway.
Is she able to move?
Yeah, you guys can move. But
All right,
Jen,
so she
before you
rolls
try
around
to-
on her heel to face him. She's like, "Oh,
Why?
well, you're certainly not one to waste initiative."
I am glad that you accepted my invitation.
Just explain to us why. Why do you feel you have to do this?
He reaches up to his back. He draws the spirit blade. Whoosh, and then his other hand moves to an empty sheath at his waist. There is no Guandao on his person. Merim Sho, you will not do what only I can. That is why we are opposed.
And what is that?
Deliver your blades to Daiza.
What? Why?
You've happened upon the chaos that this world is steeped in. So, he looks down. How can you know the decisions you make are right? How can I? That man has been through it all. He's seen everything. No matter my biases, no matter my honor, he is the only one deserving of my trust. And you would cut him down.
So that's it then, is it?
I'll not lie. Should you have chosen to face me after felling the Amatsu Mikaboshi, that is likely a fight I would have lost. These delusions of strength that you likely hold me to, they have worked in my benefit and given me a fighting chance. He points the spirit blade at you 4, 5, 6, including Ro. And now that the playing field has been leveled, let us do this final act.
You know, Shen, thinking another level. Maybe you wouldn't have been a ninja. Maybe you'd have been a samurai. Seeking a lord to serve like this.
It looks like he winces a little at those words.
Fine. If you are going to be a samurai, I would ask one thing. What strength do either of us have by our own hands?
What strength what?
What strength do either of us have by our own hands?
So he pauses. And he says, the only strength I have is that of my resolve. That's all I've ever had.
You think you have more than that? I'd like to think I have more than that. So let's find out, shall we?
He nods stoically.
And at that, Reka is going to pull out all six of her swords. She's gonna plant Amino Habakiri, the Dragon Slayer, Windblade,
the Zantetsuken. She's only going to hold up the replica Raikivi. And the other one of Seekin's blades. So she's going to purposely remove the Seekin sword from Itano Mitsurugi.
Okay.
So it's out of that sheath now. It's not attached to it at all. Puts it down in the ground. And she kicks it over to Shin.
Roll persuasion.
Do you want to hear what she says first?
Sure, yeah. I thought you were done.
No. I'm telling you this, Shin. If anything, this fight, whether we win, whether we lose, it's proof, no matter the circumstances that brought us into this world, we once existed. We will continue to do so. One of us, at least. And if we're going to determine that, let it be by our strength. And then my swords, and she summons Fitsunishi. Fitsunishi goes to the side. No tricks. Just my strength. And yours. I will warn you of this, though. If you use that blade against me, you will lose. Choice is yours.
Alright. Persuasion
Hello,
check.
John. I'm in the middle of the game.
Marimsho, Terra, and Sayako, none of you are capable of spellcasting in this circle, by the way.
Great.
No, I was just trying to check what it said. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, so which sword did you kick to him?
Seekin's one. The only one she's got left. She's only holding the replica Raikiri.
He replaces the spirit blade on his back and picks it up. Well, seeing as how you've already made the first strike with your cutting words, I suppose you need my response.
Let's begin.
He runs over, teleports the last 15 feet, and makes 2 katana attacks against you. Crit fails. And then a 21 to hit, so I'm pretty sure both those miss.
Yeah.
Great.
So we're rolling initiative now.
Yes. That's gonna be the first turn. Wow. Shen is off his game.
Traitor Shin. Wow.
Punish Shen.
Beep.
You didn't
Wow.
click your fucking token. I guess that means Raker has to reroll, right? Pretty sure Psycho has more decks than Marimsho. Oh wait.
She's got 20 decks.
Marimsho, where is that 7 in initiative coming from?
From my alert feed.
All right, gotcha. And 9. Hey, you beat Shen. And then let me put Mog in. And then let me get the fight music going.
I just want to make sure I heard that. I heard that right. Like 5 minutes ago, you said can't spellcast.
Yep, you cannot spellcast.
Not in that circle.
The circle is all that exists. The stone has closed around it.
Oh
Hey!
God. Bless you.
Yeah, like I said, Shen's a
And Mog
bitch.
is there.
Yep, there
Can't
he is.
spell. What counts as spellcasting?
spells.
Any spells,
Yep, including
Anything.
cantrips.
including reactions too.
If it's a spell-based reaction, if it's a magical feature, you can still use those.
Um,
And music change.
so basically, all I can do is hit him on the head.
Is this
Bonk.
is this specifically blocking like a part of it? So we
It is cutting off all chakra flow.
okay.
So, is there any way we can uncut it off?
Leave the circle.
Possibly.
Or, do the big.
Do the big?
Yes, do the big.
Really, Eric?
I'm sorry. It's the end of the campaign. I gotta pull this shit.
I don't have a physical base.
Alright, Reika, what do you do?
So after dodging those 2 attacks, she will draw her sword, the fake Raikiri, and says, "Let's test the waters then, shall we?" And she is going to make her attacks. Yeah.
Oh my god, you actually are going with this.
We're going with it.
Okay.
Alright, so it looks like he's pretty unused to the blade as he makes his first 2 attacks. He's going off of pure nimbleness, and it's easy to predict where he's going to go and move out of the way. As you raise your blade and respond with much more precise strokes, that inherent nimbleness becomes very clear, as trying to strike at him is like trying to strike at living shadow. He moves almost unnaturally, and you can't find purchase with any of your attacks.
You have picked up a few new tricks since last we fought.
Oh. Many. But he stays where he's standing. Psycho, your turn.
It seems
Alright.
that fight ended with me tearing a hole in you.
He smiles.
Bonus action, she's going to alignment, unalignment.
Alignment,
If she can.
malignment.
Alignment, malignment.
Alright, so you want to activate alignment, malignment. It works.
Alright, so she closes her eyes, she opens them to see what she can see. She's gonna look around at the current ring they're standing in.
There is no chakra inside it whatsoever. No flow of any chakra in any of the creatures inside either.
We are well and truly stifled here. She's gonna look to where the points where it's being blocked.
It's at each kunai point sticking in the ground. That said, because you can't see any chakra, your regular sight's gone, so you're essentially blind right now.
Oh, fuck. Can I choose to end it early?
Yes.
Oh shit, I'm blind! Oh no.
Yeah, she closes her eyes, she opens them, just sees void space.
Oh no, how awful for you.
Alright, so she opens her eyes again. Ah. And she says, "We are well and truly stifled in here." She's gonna disengage and move towards the nearest kunai.
Alright, the nearest kunai is like right here.
Nearest kunai.
Shen, don't look.
She's gonna make an investigation check on it.
Alright, you bend down and look at the kunai embedded in what is now the crease between the floor of the cavern and a wall that was not there when you passed through it. And the kunai itself is made of stone. It seems like the kunai itself is part of the ground.
Alright. She tosses her hair, turns around, draws Doryuji, and then draws Jian from it. We really have to do this. Just know that I'm fighting for this world. It might not be much, but I'm giving you all I got. She rushes forward to help Reika.
Alright, make attacks.
Swoop. Fuck yeah. Does the second one hit?
No.
Wait, she doesn't have extra attack, does she?
No.
She does not.
Got him. Alright, roll damage for the first one.
I don't know why I fucking forgot that she doesn't have extra. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Alright, so
Sorcerer.
you run forward with your short sword, feint an attack with Doryuji as he's dodging Reika's strokes, and then you just completely gracelessly jab the short sword in a way that nobody would ever expect, and it glances along some of his clothes. He finally takes his attention off of Reika for a split second as he regards you and says, great. 11 damage.
She looks at Shen.
Or 13.
Sorry, Shen. Huh?
13 damage.
What was that, Eric?
Nothing.
You took 13 damage?
He did, yeah. 11 plus 2.
Yeah, she backpedals and assumes like her combat stance, and she looks a bit remorseful. She's sorry, but I'm fighting for Okurai too.
Alright, your turn, Miriam Show.
Wormshow shakes her staff, and no magic. Like, if I can't fight you with my magic, I will fight you with my staff, and if I can't fight you with my staff, I will fight you with my teeth and nails for the world's sake.
Roll attacks.
Take it!
He very easily deflects the bow with the pommel of Seeken's sword.
I don't have any extra attacks, so...
Alright, so after that, he
Will going into Pathization do anything?
Nope. What do you have active, by the way? What is your active
Like this?
sigil? Yeah.
Usually it's Sinjin's
Raiment, but
raiment, but
you can't
that's
cast
not gonna be very
spells. Whenever you're in combat, an
Not gonna be
initiative
very
count 10 and Tingle spell, active as an action, summon Bonji Guise as Odachi, or a likeness of Iramashi manifests as somewhere within 10 feet of you for up to 8 hours while this likeness...
Can I do the active one?
Yeah, Bonji Guises?
Yeah.
Sure. However, you already took your action this turn, so...
Yeah.
You want to do anything with Ro?
Bro, get ready, and I tell you. If I find an opening for you.
Alright, Mog's turn. He's gonna go, as he recognizes the man with his arm through Okurai's chest. And he leaps up above you guys. He wheels his Kusarigama down in a dual-handed strike, lands, then rips them both down in an X slash. His flurry of blowsing. One part of the X slash slashes across Shen's shoulder. He only manages to deflect half of it. Mog deals 12 damage. Alright. Yeah. Mog deals 12 damage. And after that, Mog thrusts a kick and then a palm thrust in your direction, Miriam Show.
Doesn't Terra get an attack first?
Legendary
see.
action.
Can Okay.
So you take, I'm assuming both those hit. Marim Show,
Yeah.
24, 21. And you take 33 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And then afterwards, he throws a paper charm at your feet. It looks like it's on fire and quickly burning out.
Oh boy.
Can I
Um,
stop
I
on?
don't.
Nope,
I don't have dispel magic.
your
or
turn is
counterspell.
gone, and Terra's is up. So Terra, you do notice the flame charm thrown at Marim Show's feet.
Can I pick it up and toss it to the side?
Roll a dexterity or sleight of hand check, I guess. And how far are you throwing it? And in what direction?
Over here, so he can't deflect about
Okay,
there.
So over here, roll sleight of hand and then a ranged attack. Or a strength check, I guess.
Sleight of hand.
Alright, so you, as the charm lands at Marim Show's feet, you go, hop! And you sort of flip it into the air with your foot, catch it in your hand, and then wheel back and baseball pitch it in this direction. As it gets to here, it erupts in a massive sphere of flame that would have encompassed everybody.
Yeah,
Come on now.
That is going to be your action.
Come on now. If we can't use this the explosive bullshit we're known for, you shouldn't either. Where's your honor, Shen?
Alright, so in the middle of your words, he legendary actions makes attacks against you.
That's fair.
27 to hit, 32 to hit. So
That's a large 2-hit bonus. Jesus Christ.
So as you start talking, and interfering with what he's doing, he immediately jabs the pommel of Seekin's katana at you, and then places his hand under its flat and springboards it up against your forehead, and then his entire being is consumed by shadows. And it is his turn. Alright, so he appears here, and a bunch of kunai are thrown. So 3 of them are going for Mog. 1 of them is going for Marim Show, and 1 of them is going for... Wait, no. 3 of them are going for Terra. 1's going for Marim Show, 1's going for Mog.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, oh goody.
Can I use my reaction to deflect
I'll-
the one Terra?
I'll let you use your reaction to deflect 1 from Terra, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
do
1,
that.
2, 3, 4, 5. So it would have been... It was Terra, Marim Show, Mog, Terra. So does a 19 hit you, Terra?
19 generally.
Alright,
Don't
he
touch.
hits all of them. Rip. Alright, so as you deflect the kunai, Reika, do you want to grab it out of the air?
Yeah.
Alright, you grab it out of the air. It has an inscription on it.
I
It's
throw it back at him.
it's not a charm. Alright, you throw it back at him. Roll a ranged attack.
With proficiency, so it's basically 10 attack.
Whatcha? Roll damage with a 1d4. So 1d4 plus dex.
Yep.
Alright, so you catch the kunai, you throw it at him, he catches the kunai.
Of course he does.
So Tara, you take... I'll say she caught the most damaging one, so you take... you take 28 slashing damage. Marimsho, you take 11. Mog takes 18.
Why is Mob?
Mary, the points
Wait,
keep going down.
What's up?
why is Mob taking them? Isn't he a monk?
He is. Mog has
Why is
some
he
cool
taking it?
passive stuff.
He has
That-
to fight missiles. Why is he taking the damage?
Because he has some cool passive stuff that relates to his health value. You do see that he takes it on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
And now it's your turn, Reika.
What do you
Okay.
favor our odds here?
Let's not dire yet, but give it time. It would be great if at least one of you had put in some work on day. Now then, what is Rika gonna do?
Here's Bonji guys as Odachi, by the way. Where do you want it?
Over here.
Represents control the by Marimsho. Great. You can move it around now.
Okay, let me just check one thing first.
Alright, but then he should take some damage from
Yeah, it can't have been over here because he didn't appear here until after you conjured it, so
Okay, I guess it would have been here and I can move it on my neck.
great. Alright, Reiko, what's up?
So, Reika is going to move 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So she's going to stand
Here. She's going to look directly at Shan. She's going to make a bring it gesture, and then she is going to hold her action. If Shen attempts to throw a kunai like near her, not at her, Reika's going to try and move so that it will hit her, so she can deflect it.
Hilarious. Alright.
Otherwise, she's going.
There's only so many times you can pull that bullshit out.
Yeah, otherwise she's going to save her action
I've been-
for Shen getting near her.
I've been getting away with it up until now, so I'll take it. Alright, Psycho, on your turn, Shen adopts a rigid stance and executes 2 hand signs. All of a sudden, wires of chakra appear connecting both the kunai sticking into Terra's body, one sticking into Marimsho and one sticking into Mog. It's connected to the wire Shen is currently holding, which he throws up into the air and then slashes through with Seekin's katana. And as he slashes through the chakra wire, electricity runs a very strong current down into Terra and Marimsho and Mog. Roll
Ow.
Constitution saves, the 3 of you.
How are these wires going from him?
They're just invisible chakra wires connecting the kunai.
Oh, so they're not like physical wires that I can cut.
Not really.
I have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
This is a magical
Get my
effect,
note.
yes. Mog's roll. Oops.
Yes, that is his role.
Oh, you.
128.
Alright,
Yeah,
you
so he
each
just bounces off him and
take
blasts the wall.
40 lightning damage.
My god!
Lightning, or Mog does not take the lightning damage. You watch as it ripples along the surface of his body and concentrates into his Kusarigama.
Assuming I've done my math right, that means Terra's down.
Don't you have like the bonus HP from the feast?
That only puts her at 75 maximum.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's squishy.
All right, and Psycho's turn.
So in this chakra null zone, she's not allowed to use any of her fucking Path of Chakra features.
You can try to use them. You activated alignment and alignment.
Alright. She rushes over to Terra's side, and tries to get her back up with some healing from her Path of Chakra.
Does he use a hit dice?
Yes.
All right, you lose the hit dice, nothing happens.
Vexing.
Arashi seems like it's having a very difficult time moving around, by the way.
Must endure.
And Mamcho's turn.
Hold on. That
Okay.
was my action.
And you're right, my bad. Psycho's turn.
I'm just mulling over my options. I got so many goddamn options. Bonus skill, creature of your choice within 30 feet for your result. That was my bonus action. As an action, what do I do? What do I do as an action? There ain't fucking. I don't got jack shit right now.
Punch him in the face. Try to punch him in the face.
I don't think I'm not within range to punch him in the face.
Monks are very speedy boys.
I can try to cast the other spell I stored into the bowl of chakra.
Sure can.
She's like, all right. She's gonna whip the bowl of basin chakra off her back, and she's gonna wave her hand around in it, and she's going to use the slow spell, the other spell she stored. On.
Click slow real fast.
Yep. Yeah, let's click slow really fast.
Oh, thank God, it's not taxi.
Giving this all I got.
All right, so you cast the slow spell successfully. Mark the area of effect.
Basically centering it around Shen.
Great.
Without getting Rega clipped in it.
Okay, 40-foot cube. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Right there?
Yeah.
Great. So the slow time sort of stagnates inside of it. Shen does not seem very messed with it, and the scroll attached to his hip, which he recognized as the Scroll of Shadows, begins to glow ambiently.
Sako widens her eyes like, oh boy.
Oh god.
Alright, Marimsho, your turn.
Marimsho is going to. Where did you say the token for the Bernie thing was?
It's right here next to
Bernie-
Rika.
But I don't see any tokens. Okay. Let me check the description again. Okay, manifest within 30 feet of me. Okay, so it was right here, right? 30 feet.
Uh-oh.
That's 30 feet of me. Is
Okay, thank God Rika's not within 10 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 30 feet?
Yep.
Okay. So, first we do the passive burning stuff.
Yep.
And this is times 11. I don't know how to do that into the damage.
Just roll 11d6
Okay.
plus charisma.
Oh, okay. So,
Plus charisma to each d6, or
No God. No God.
okay. 50. And then an active slash.
Alright, so the ambient heat just immediately kicks up a localized fire whirlwind that Shen can't get all the way out of the way of. And, however, he does manage to block the Odachi with Seeken's sword. However, the blade melts straight through. So
Ooh.
it's now half of Seeken's sword.
And as a whatchamacallit action, item use, I'm gonna eat one of those magic Cinnabons of healing.
Alright. Go ahead and roll that.
Okay. I think it's 1d8 plus something.
1d plus.
It's been a hot minute.
There you go. You get 9 health.
Okay. Yay, I have 32 health now.
Alright.
And yeah, I'm gonna move here.
Mog's turn.
Yep.
Reika sees her sword melt and she winces a little and she's like, fine. You feel you must.
Mog spins both of his Kusarigama in both hands in sort of idle circles at his sides, and the lightning stored in them slowly moves up into his arms, into his shoulders, down through his body, and then it concentrates in his feet, and he does a huge leap up through the air over to here, and as he's landing, Terra, you hear him yell the word that you forgot as he
Down!
he basically reappears like right above Shen is how fast he moved. And
Terra don't hear shit.
that's right. And there's a screeching noise in the air as he just annihilates the sound barrier.
Is he
However,
gonna be okay from the heat?
he hits the ground with it. Shen has to roll a dex saving throw.
Oh well.
Creates a massive, like, it doesn't create a crater. Mog's foot just gets all the way into the earth and it kicks up a bunch of boulders. Shen, with the spirit blade, slashes through each of the boulders as they threaten to hit him. He gets out of it completely unmarred. However,
I hate him.
He's still burnt up pretty bad. 250.
I'm really starting to hate this guy.
You realize that's basically what Reika does every single time Fireball gets flung her way, right? Like, Reika's feeling bad now because you guys are, like, inadvertently judging her.
Mog sort of puts his hands on the ground and kicks his leg out of the ground and then backs off to here.
Holy crap! You're a nimble one, I'll give you that.
And then Terra's turn.
I have so many up.
That's it,
Use them.
please.
Lay on
Use-
the ground. Try not to cry. Cry.
Alright,
Try
that's
harder.
a success. And Shen's turn. So he is going to... what's he going to do?
Die.
Drops dead of a heart attack.
Bonji Gaiza's Odachi just fucked him up, so he's going to flip over Bonji Gaiza and then sprint over to you, Maram Show. He jumps at you in a flying kick.
You know, I'm starting to get really ticked off by this guy.
You probably should. Alright, the flying kick is... Ro just immediately barrels into him from the side, throwing the kick astray, causing him to land here. But he does execute another 3 unarmed strikes. 17... Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Alright, so he's knocked slightly off balance from Ro. He skids into a spin and rolls a sweep kick towards your ankles. Does the 17 hit?
Yes.
Alright, so the sweep kick knocks
Wait,
you
why
off
does the
balance.
17 hit? What's your AC?
16.
That was higher than that.
The sweep kick knocks you off balance, and he perfectly follows up the spin with a rising palm that just smashes into the bottom of your chin and lifts you off the ground. So you take and then as you're lifted off the ground, he jumps into the air, front flips, and drop kicks you in the stomach, launching you back downwards.
Okay, I'm unconscious.
Rip. Okay. Ro is chirping furiously as it dissolves into the spirit world.
Okay, Maram Showdown. Does the blade do anything besides just stand there?
It dissipates. And he throws a kunai at Sayako.
Is it one of his trick kunai?
No, he's throwing it at you, but it does have a charm on it. Does a 29 hit?
29 does indeed. Well, I can't shield that shit, and
Alright, you take 16 piercing. It... Roll a constitution saving throw. You are blinded, deafened, lose your ability to speak, and your movement is reduced to 0.
Ugh.
Alright, so you see Reika as he basically dispatches the rest of your party around you, all but Mog. He turns to face you, and he levels Seekin's half-sword.
No, by all means. Rika is going to lower her hand to her sword at her side. Show me what you can do when you're really trying.
Mog's just like, don't goad him! He's kicking the shit out of us! So that's
Oh, I know.
your turn, Reika? What do you want to do?
Yep. So, Reika, like I said, she puts her hand to the hilt of her sword. One samurai to another, then. Come. See what you can do with that sword. She is referring to the Spirit Blade.
Alright.
And she is going to activate. Let me just check. First. Yeah, so Reika is going to activate Path of Ningen. Activate Quiet Focus. Remind myself what that takes of my action economy. I believe it's an action. Oh, it's a bonus action. That's good. Okay. So,
Oh wait, it's not just spells. I could have absorbed that attack on me.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
All right, let's see what Shen's deception is.
Probably pretty high.
It's charisma based.
Let's see, what is that? 1d.
Yeah, I think he can probably beat that, but you know,
He does.
Only barely.
hang on.
You
So
do
it's
have
quite-
you do have a reroll.
Quiet focus, give me a +3.
Click it.
Let me just double check.
Quiet focus. It says it's loading for me.
Oh no, saving throws.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, Reika is going to hold the rest of her action for when Shen gets in range. And she's going to hold up her sword and she's going to beckon him to come at her.
Alright. Sayako, you can't speak, you can't hear, you can't see nothing, but you sense some chakra.
She takes a deep breath and she is going to hone her senses on that chakra.
It's over here. You want to try and crawl towards it? Your movement's 0. Never mind. Rip.
You can't even tell Reika that it's there.
Alright, Marim Show, roll a death save.
Alright.
Think really hard, Sayako. Focus.
Success.
Alright. Success. Nice. So Mog yells to you, Reika. We've barely scratched him! He's gonna run up to here. Doesn't look good. He readies his Kusarigama. Hey! He yells to Shen. And it's time for me to talk to myself. Shen, his head turns slightly towards Mog. What's this all about? What is this? What did Okurai have to do with any of this? Sayako? I'm not saying we are the type to walk away, but why can't you be the type? And Shen just very subtly shakes his head from side to side. I'll not deny that I have no idea how you're doing what you're doing, but I'm glad none of it's connected. And Ma goes,
Damn straight. Piece of shit.
and he spins his Kusarigama next to him. Shen leans down to Marim Show, takes out a ninja charm, and Marim Show, you are now stabilized. Steps over to Terra and does the same thing.
That is strange. Sure,
The
I'll
fuck?
take it.
He looks towards Reika and he says, "Are you sure that's what you want?"
Come on then.
He looks at Mog and
I'm a
says,
samurai.
he looks at Mog and he says, "Well, I was going to go for you next, but..." He looks back at Reika. The fates have determined otherwise. He drops Seekin's blade, and he draws the Spirit Blade. The Scroll of Shadows lifts off of his waist, his sandals glow, and a single Omamori charm around his neck also hovers off of his body, hovering closer and closer to the Spirit Blade. The small thread that it was hanging on disintegrates as it, the Scroll of Shadows, and some energy manifested from underneath the tabby all flow up towards the Spirit Blade and make it several times larger. He raises it to his eye level, and a massive wave of energy begins at his starting point and halts very suddenly right here. As he's swinging it towards you, Reika, the stroke is not completed. A large noise shatters out from over here. The circle is broken, and standing in front of you is a strange, living humanoid shadow that has stopped the Spirit Blade with the tip of his single finger.
Oh.
Oh.
Shen's eyes widen, and the Spirit Blade shatters. The shadowy humanoid folds its arms, adopts a very ninja-like pose, and some rocks start to shift slightly next to him as they build up into the comfortingly familiar shape of Okurai.
Holy fuck.
What? Shen, completely aghast, is looking between the two of them. What did you do? Koga. And now it is your turn, Reika.
Koga. Now, very, very interesting.
So Shen has lost basically all of his stuff.
You don't know.
So does he still have the Spirit Blade? It's gone.
Spirit Blade has been shattered. 1 second. Let me get a couple of tokens on. We will get our Rock Lobster.
I am so down for Rock Law.
And what do you want to
By
do,
the way,
Reika?
hi, Peter.
So Reika is gonna sigh. He's gonna lower her blade. Really? Must you steal my thunder? And so Reika is going to he's going to take the Raikiri, and she is going to shift here, and she is going to make her attacks.
As you go to attack, Koga holds up his hand. And at this, Shen furrows his brow. What are you doing? Let her! Let her ruin everything! Do you want to make the attacks?
Reika's gonna return her katana to her side. What is he even fighting for anymore, Shen?
His breath has become bereaved and labored, despite how it was kind of easy, all the stuff he was doing up until this point. And he's quiet. He says, fight over the clouds, over wind, over sky, and fight over life, over blood, over air and light, over love, over sun, over another. Fight for the time, for the one, for the rise, and now. He loses his stance. Fight to get it all back. To see the things you thought you had all along. Things that were never there.
They were always there. Doesn't matter where they came from. The circumstances behind our creation were. Maybe we are just the dream of a God whose motivations we can scarcely comprehend. Doesn't change the fact that we are real.
Koga's hand that he held up, stopping you, Reika, he now moves over as he points it towards Shen, with his palm facing him. A pulsation of power predates Shen, suddenly becoming much more rigid and falling to a single knee, a look of surprise on his face. Damn you, Koga. Shen bows his head. Koga looks at you, and then vanishes like a shadow.
Like,
So if you choose to attack, this will be a fatal coup de grace.
So Reika puts one hand to her sword. Are you ready for this?
One samurai to another.
Very well. Reika draws her sword, swings it round, and halts just at his neck. Draws the blade back, turns it to the sheath. Size of your sins. Will you go what you do from now on? It's not because we're some pawns in a cosmic scheme. It's what you choose to do next that matters. It's always been what matters. No sort of mind can take that.
His teeth are gritting against each other. It's audible at this point, even behind his mask. And the muscles in his arms, thinly veiled under the silk of his ninja outfit, are straining hard against the shadow chains that are keeping him in place. His hands are turned upwards into grasping claws, and his head is still bowed. Okurai slowly moves forward before nodding to you, Reika. One of his rocky hands reaches down and grasps one of the shadow chains binding Shen, lifts him up to his feet, and he walks off in this direction, leading him.
That was a lot to unpack.
Right. Reika's gonna walk over here. Looks at Sayako, knows exactly what she's going through at this point.
She's kind of whimpering.
Sayako, so from your perspective, this barrier in the circle exploded upon Koga's entry, and all spell inhibitions are now gone.
So Reika's gonna pull Terra up and sort of dust her off. You wouldn't mind getting Sayako's everything back, would you?
Did we win? What the fuck?
Mog
Yeah.
also looks very like, what the fuck did I just witness?
We all
is
won.
Miriam awake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
after a couple minutes, you guys come to.
What?
No, they.
Oh, I know that look. Permit me.
Hmm? Oh, yes. If you could get Sayako back.
All right, Sayako, your senses come back.
She flails on the spot, just kind of like going. Oh, oh.
All of
Oh.
a sudden, you feel chakra everywhere. Everything seems pretty normal. Shen is
Oh.
gone.
Is he dead?
Did you?
She sits
I know
up.
you're amazing, but
Oh, yes. I totally won that fight.
She sits up and she winces as she pulls the kunai off her shoulder. Sorry, I got careless there.
not much us mages could have done in there any damn.
Oh,
What?
well.
Or
Maybe this will encourage you to not skip Andy.
Yeah, so surprise, Robert. Death Ward did work. Okurai is just really smart.
You sly motherfucker.
so he basically went running to Koga.
Not quite.
Koga came to him, would be my guess.
But
Ah,
so
we
wait.
still have a ritual to do, don't we? Let's not waste
Yeah.
time.
Maybe let's heal up from that onslaught. Jesus Christ.
Well, Reika goes over and she recovers her swords.
So would you guys like to know how much damage you dealt to Shen before that happened?
Yeah,
Not a
sure.
lot.
You dealt 75. The vast majority was
Out
from
of?
Merim Show. 75 out of 498.
Yeah.
Eric, what the fuck?
Without spells, there's no way I was gonna
I put a
fucking get
spoiler in the chat when Stuart was like, "Oh yeah, I have a way to beat him," and I'm like, "I mean, this is a scripted loss, so
Oh,
I
wait.
I
I
sure
did.
hope not."
I did it away. You literally stopped it before. You literally stopped them just before it went into action.
What would have happened? I'm curious.
Okay. So,
Hold up. Make don't tell him so you can for the next boss that comes around.
Oh no, I've already made their
Uh,
stat blocks.
yeah. Also, this specifically worked better on Shin than anyone else. So,
Alright.
In addition to Reika like trying to give him the honorable way out at the start, there was another reason why she discarded one of her swords so that she had a free sheath.
She was gonna try and take the Spirit Blade.
She was going to try and take the Spirit Blade.
Yeah, that-
and
That would have done it.
yeah. So
That would
when
have been so cool.
when he made the attack, Reika was going to make a counter attack with the sheath. She was going to try and engulf it. If it didn't work, she was going to use her key points for the echo. She was going to put it on the blade, grasp the hilt. Spirit Blade would become hers. She uses her bonus action, summons it to her.
Not only would that have worked, but you also would have had the Spirit Blade infused with the other 3 shards of Izanami.
I
Yeah.
really wish you'd have. That sounds like it would have been cooler than what you had planned.
Yeah, can we turn back time and have her actually just stop her right
Hey,
now?
she's still got. Hey, you know that fucking Daiza has the Guandao Forlorn Blade, so there's still applications.
Yeah, that's
I suppose, but not as cool as having a giant ass spirit blade.
If you guys had that for like a solid part of the Anshin arc,
Koga
Also-
never used it.
he sure didn't.
Also, do you see why I was saying it would work on Susano, but it wouldn't work on Ozma?
Yes. Also, what a shame that Sayako didn't see any of that.
Yeah, Sayako, Terra, and Merim didn't see
Alright, so anyways, guys got a ritual to
Well,
do.
let me.
Sayako walks towards where
Yeah, I
where
totally-
she can fucking establish this ritual.
Alright, you walk up to the big buildingless doorway at the top of the stairs.
And she says over her shoulder, "Tell you what, once this is all done, I'll spar with you once a week, Reika."
Oh, Sayako. You think you'll only you think you'll only need to spar once a week?
Well, I got other things to do. Anyway,
Twice a day.
she. Oh. She stops cold. We'll think about it. She interfolds her fingers, cracks her knuckles, and she starts setting up the ritual.
All right. So you're gonna be doing this from memory and instinct, basically. You're also doing it without alignment, malignment.
Unless we want to rest first.
That would be a good idea because, as you recall, that thing's thing.
Yeah, you guys got the shit kicked out of you. Alright, so you guys set up a camp. Mog's a little restless. He's doing great. He's going to gather you three around. Merimsho, Terra, and Sayako.
So, yeah. I don't even really know where to start.
He looks over at Reika.
You want to do the talking? Like, I feel like we gotta tell him that was some cool shit. If we're being honest here.
Well, we had a little bit of help from Koga, who decided
Koga
to.
was here?
And I
Oh,
just
yes,
missed him. Oh.
Oh, also, Sayako, Okurai's doing good.
Oh, I know.
Oh yes.
Wait,
I'm not entirely sure why he.
What do you mean you know?
Mog shoves a hand in front of Reika.
She just sort of like Sayako just sort of pulls her fan out from her robe, unfolds it, and just sort of looks away.
No, come on! How are you gonna do me like that?
She slaps the fan shut and looks towards Mog. Just call it woman's intuition, okay?
that's why I couldn't find him in the poem. Because he wasn't there in the first place.
She had her weird chakra thing activated when Shen hit her.
Anyways, whatever. Fuck you.
He flips you off, Sayako.
Whatever.
Charming.
Did Koga? What did he have to say?
Didn't really say anything.
He looks at Reika.
No, he didn't say anything, but no, that was enough.
And he just waltzed in here and killed Shen?
No, he didn't kill Shen. Can't believe.
Shen's alive.
No, I
And
can't.
Koga waltzed in here and what? Convinced him to stand down?
No, I can't believe he destroyed the spirit blade before I could steal it.
Terra pinches the bridge of her nose.
That-
Of course you would try to steal the spirit.
What? Did you think I was giving him a free sword out of the goodness of my heart?
Ah.
You were going to.
Too bad that didn't work. Been real helpful.
Yeah. Turns out if Shen was a ninja who might have been a samurai in our time, maybe I'm a samurai that might have been a ninja in our time.
You know.
Wait,
No.
he's not going to come back and attack us?
No.
Shen, I mean?
I think Shen is going to learn what he needs to learn. Who knows? You've met Okurai before, I'm sure you know better than I.
So, Koga was here. That bagels, that spirit blade's destroyed. Anything else? Okurai's fine. We knew that.
Please don't mention it out loud. That's still fresh.
I almost cried, Sayako. You don't fucking get it, okay?
There.
You better have another one of those feasts planned.
Oh. Of course.
He looks at you like eyes wide.
Wait, you do?
Not prepared, but I can get it set up.
Yes. More potatoes next time, please.
He bows his head respectfully.
See what I can do.
Alright, so... Alright, camp. Let's get this set up.
He stands up, claps his hands together, and starts pitching you guys a nice place to lay down your bedrolls.
I don't even. I'm just gonna summon Ro back, okay? I don't even know what to do.
Pring! Rose springs into existence, looks around rapidly, and then big animate tears are spouting off of her head as she just hugs you.
I know.
Hugs you in the
Yeah.
I thought you died way that she's hugged you like 30 times this campaign.
I know.
You were out of my sight for like 5 seconds. I thought you were dead.
But you'll never believe what happened.
Anybody want to do something over the long rest, or are we proceeding?
Yeah, now that-
I'm gonna ask Mog if if he has any insight into the sort of like rituals that Ograi does.
Mog looks at you. Mog looks at you blankly, and he goes,
I wonder.
If
I
was
just
there, then why didn't he stay for the ritual?
I just hid some very pertinent information from a novice on the path of Kukyo, and now I need something from him interesting.
he scratches his chin innocuously as he raises his eyes skyward, or cavern ceilingward, I guess.
You don't actually know, do you?
I have no idea. I'm assuming he thinks Shen is a bigger priority,
He shrugs.
and maybe he'll be here in a day, a week, whenever. It's kind of how he rolls.
Well, Psycho, if it helps, I have the utmost faith that you won't.
Oh,
Cool.
well, I'm a daughter of Matarasu. Of course, this is gonna work.
Daughter of who?
Amaterasu.
Is that like that cool ice cream you had?
Sayako looks at the rest of the party. Just blanks.
Mog looks around.
What?
A very cool ice cream.
Okay, you know
I have
how it's a god, you know. how,
Oh,
like, it's
oh,
almost
my bad.
flashing.
My bad. I forgot that despite being the child of a god, you got fucking creamed by some kitchen knives thrown at you. Yeah, my bad. My bad, bro. My bad.
He backs off.
She just flat
Knives.
stares at him like,
Freaking fox people. What's the deal?
We all kind of got creamed except for Reika, who has to be fucking.
I was doing fine. I would have finished him off myself.
To be fair, Mog was doing fine.
Thank you.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. The point is, us mages are fucking squishy,
Maybe you should.
and we couldn't cast any spell, and it was absolutely the worst.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mog looks at Reika and he says,
They're just the type to say that sort of thing. Maybe you shouldn't skip everything day.
and he does some bicep flexes with his Kusarigama.
Don't you have like a glove that makes you incredibly strong and a very powerful sword?
I do, but I couldn't use it because I was too busy with kitchen knives.
Wah, wah.
Mog,
Exactly.
Are you trying to tell me you haven't trained religiously in order to knock them out of the sky?
Mog,
No, I haven't tried.
Oh, gee, maybe you should try doing that.
Mog takes out a
Ah,
big ass Mog-sized knife, and him and Reika just start throwing it at each other repeatedly, catching it perfectly every time.
Yeah,
Sayako-
finally.
Fighters.
Sayako actually
Fighters.
starts chuckling, like abruptly.
Like,
Huh?
Tara,
What's up?
You know,
like Tara, how many weeks have you been practicing with those shuriken now, and you never bothered to learn to catch one?
it's a lot different catching his throat.
It's literally the same thing in reverse.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I've just remembered with my incredibly dull brain that I offered to teach you this very thing not too many days ago.
Rika, shut the hell up!
What's up, Sayako?
No, I'm just relieved that we can all take the piss out of each other like this.
You didn't tell me my master was alive.
He does the hand chops at you.
Sahando.
You didn't ask. Anyway,
Oh my god.
she goes back to setting up for the ritual.
And he
Sayaka, are you trying to pretend that you knew the entire time?
What are you talking about? It's clear she knew the entire time.
he
Her
finishes setting up
tails,
the
her
can.
tails perk, and she's like, "What? What do you mean?"
It would be incredibly.
That's a pretty good deception roll.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, let's see if Mog believes you. I'm gonna make it an intelligence-based insight. Alright, Mog's fooled.
He's like, wait, you did?
We needed a secret weapon, didn't we?
Oh, that's smart. Oh, and yeah, I got a big open mouth. You know what? You're right.
Yeah, you're a filthy liar.
Oh. Crit on the
Rip. Mog looks at you, Reika, and says,
Come on. We don't gotta keep getting her goat. It's alright.
Reika's gonna hold up her hand. Your next line is going to be.
Come on now, you stole that from Seekin.
Sayako, like, she's like, wait, let's see where this goes.
I'm laughing in character, by the way.
The next line is going to be. It's important to keep it a secret, Mog. Let's not get hung up on these things.
Listen, Mog, it's important to keep it a secret. Let's not get hung up on these things. Right.
Huh?
he just looks repeatedly between you two.
What?
Reika hasn't taken quiet focus off yet, so she knows what we're to say.
Oh,
Alright, so, things being done over the long rest. Ritual. Since you're waiting till after the long rest, go ahead and activate alignment malignment, and then roll Gisei shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, that's not.
Since Reika now needs another sword, she's going to take her shitty bow and turn it into a bokken.
That works. It was basically a boken with string.
alright.
Still deals 1d4 damage.
That's
Alright,
fine.
so,
Can I pump something into that? I need to check. I want to make sure I do this.
I think you can use Divine Favor.
Let me check. Favored Divine Soul. Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it's called. Like the mommy blessing.
Favored by the gods. Favored by the moms.
Mom, please give me the cookie. Mom gives you the
add to
cookie. It's a +6.
It's a +6 throwing item.
If you fail a saving throw or a miss with an attack roll, that's how it works.
Rip.
Let me look at my chakra path stuff. I want to make sure that we succeed. Basic chakra. One of the creatures.
I'm sure could help you.
I could, I suppose.
Habit spacing. Okay. Reinforces the feature that I need to look at.
Do wizard bullshit.
Oh, it affects AC, saving throw, and ranged spell attacks, or the damage I deal.
Alright,
That
so
would
yeah.
have been good to like have used when Ken was throwing shit at you.
Yeah, no, that was a 29. I wasn't gonna fucking reach that.
Shen was a big numbers ball. Tons of
What was
attacks. All of them do 1,000,000 damage. Ridiculous HP. Ridiculous
Oh.
AC.
Wait, I do have one thing.
It's like you had a
Do you
story
think
to
Rachel
tell or
could have
something.
beaten him with the trick?
Yeah.
To be
Before
fair,
she,
you did literally walk onto his turf.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. He was in
that,
perfect
affects
like the
skill
battlefield.
checks? No, it does not.
Also, he was the only ninja there. He only lost once Koga came in.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is true, you know, conservation of ninjutsu.
Oh man!
He was too strong. Um.
Yeah.
Alright, so
no,
roll a
bless
d4.
doesn't affect skill checks.
Oh. Wow, you're right. Rip.
What else do I have?
Like, can I just give her the +3 from
You guys,
Quiet
you
Focus?
guys all just have 1,000,000 rerolls too.
Yeah, can I just give her the +3 from Quiet Focus? So
No, you can't. She's not on the path of Ningen.
I will induct her onto the path.
You'll stab her
Only
repeatedly until it works. Are we using rerolls, guys?
Sure.
Alright, roll again.
Okay.
Can Nerb Show give her the help action?
No. Not with this.
Oh.
Alright,
Get it?
that's an improvement.
You got one?
I'm not telling you if it gets it until you settle on a roll.
Alright. Do we want to sell with this or do we want to try again? We have a big chance of it going worse.
Not really.
Mm.
Odds are all in your favor if they're going higher.
Hey Tara, you want to give me an inspiration dice?
You want to do your one
Sure.
job as a bard?
We'll do one job as a bard and be like, hey, Marim, hey, yo.
Alright, Marim Show, you have a charge of inspiration.
Hey, Sayako, focus.
Alright, Sayako now also has a charge of inspiration.
Alright, so one inspiration is what number?
1d10.
D10.
Alright, let me add that onto the 18.
Bum, ba-dum, ba-bum. Alright, 19. You settling with 19?
I'm using my reroll to reroll that.
Alright.
Wouldn't it be better to alignment?
You guys got
If I reroll
plenty
the
to
alignment,
reroll. Just what you doing? So the D10 can only be positive. The alignment technically has a potential bonus of 2 higher than the inspiration dice could give you, but the inspiration dice reroll is guaranteed better, or
Yeah.
or same.
Yeah.
Technically true.
Alright. I'm rolling it again.
Oh my fucking god.
All right,
Gets you
20.
to 20.
What do we got?
Any more rerolls, guys? Hey,
Please
Peter.
reroll, I'm begging you.
Hey Peter, do you want to give Sayako your reroll?
That is a please reroll, I'm begging you. And I think I heard him say you have 1,000,000 reroll.
Nope.
So,
Didn't say that. This is an actual thing that can fail. Unlike your helmet eject shot. So, any more rerolls, Reika?
Fine, you can have one more reroll.
Alright. Alright, rolling another 1d10. Let's see if we can
Okay.
fucking...
It's gonna be a 3.
What
Ah,
the fuck?
I have divination. I can predict the future.
All right. So 21 chakra alignment. You activate alignment malignment as Terra just sort of glances to the side and says, "Oh, hey, good luck with your thing," and sort of gives you a hand wave, and you're like, "I guess so." And as you ascend the steps slowly, you use yourself as a massive conduit for all the residual chakra in this cavern, in the ground underneath you, and in the sky far, far above the cavern ceiling. And all at once, it localizes into this amorphous cloud where you have like 1 foot of visibility in front of you. You can barely find each step as you continue ascending the staircase. Finally, you come to the doorway, and you bring your arms around, and as you move your arms, this amorphous cloud shifts with them. It follows your motion as you move it behind the door, and using yourself as a beacon, you pull it through. The chakra floods into you. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I don't suppose we can help her with this.
Nope.
Can Ro help her?
You guys are watching her look like a really goofy person right now. All right, 21. It almost staggers you backwards down the steps, but you steel yourself and anchor yourself in your own chakra. You hammer in the concept of yourself, of your body, of your form, of your chakra, and it only makes the stream flow through you harder, but you do hold your ground, as it's now this torrent pouring through the door as a channel through you and down through the bottoms of your feet into the earth below. Everyone else, you notice as cracks begin forming, they carve themselves very neatly down, originating from Sayako's feet, down the steps, and then in a large circular sigil surrounding this staircase up to a buildingless doorway, and they begin to fill with light. Roll another Constitution save, Sayako. Can
Does that
reinforce
make
that? I don't know.
Hmm?
Does it? Alright, 21 again. The torrent hammers at you harder, but once again you steel yourself. You focus on yourself, your chakra, against this deluge. And the sigil begins to glow in earnest. It completes itself, and alignment is force closed as your eyes blink open. It's an hour later.
She
So,
falls
did
down
that
onto
work?
her. She falls down into like a sort of side sit. She's like,
You have now mastered the path of chakra.
"Did we?" She flumps onto her back. "Did we do it?"
Reika sort of looks around, shrugs.
Mog raises his hand. His arms were folded.
Can we get that feast now? Pretty please.
Nap first.
Fair.
Alright, so third of the 6 paths mastered.
Congratulations!
Artifact, Basin of Chakra.
Now you don't have to call me master anymore.
Rank 3, Gourd of the Spirits. As an action, you cause your Basin of Chakra to vanish. Afterwards, choose a point you can see within 120 feet. A basin of chakra identical to yours, but 20 feet in diameter and 10 feet in height, is conjured 30 feet above that point and falls to the ground, smashing everything underneath it. If there isn't enough space in the air, it is instead conjured on the ground and causes no damage. If there isn't enough space for it to exist, this action fails. If the basin falls, creatures underneath it take 10d8 bludgeoning damage and must make a strength saving throw or be pinned, knocked prone, and stunned. If they succeed on the saving throw, they take half damage and are instead only knocked prone. If the basin is full of the chakra of a creature when Gourd of the Spirits is used, regardless of if it falls or not, you may then, as a bonus action, cause the basin to radiate with energy, inflicting 10d8 plus 40 force damage against a wisdom saving throw. If this damage reduces a creature's health to 0, they fall under the effects of Become Ethereal for 1 hour and are automatically stabilized. Creatures that succeed on the wisdom saving throw take no damage and are instead stunned again until the end of their next turn, stacking with the basin falling and potentially stunning them.
Wow, so the
The
basin
biggest
just
bong.
becomes a pico hammer.
It's just smash things with your basin. Alright.
Pico hammer.
Alright, perk choice. Rank 3, Path of Chakra. Benevolence Malignance. Increase your charisma by 1 up to a maximum of 20. As an action, you may end alignment malignment prematurely. When doing so, roll, but do not expend all of your available hit dice. All creatures within 60 feet of you either heal for the result or take force damage equal to twice the result.
Holy shit.
Mastery of Flow. Increase your dexterity by 1 up to a maximum of 20. Add Counterspell to your spell list, or if you're unable to cast spells, gain the ability to cast Counterspell once per long rest. Upon making a successful Counterspell, add the effect negated to your spell list until the end of your next turn. In addition, you may now cast Counterspell on magical legendary actions as well as lair actions.
Holy fuck.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Absolute Stillness. Increase your Constitution by 1 up to a maximum of 20. As an action, gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your maximum hit points for 1 minute. While this temporary health is active, gain the following benefits. All forms of movement are reduced to 0. Whenever you take damage, reduce the result by 10. Your concentration cannot be broken. Metamagics do not expend sorcery points, and up to 2 can be used on the same spell simultaneously.
They're all really.
So I'm going to move all of those out of the GM notes so you can make your choice.
Wow, those are bonk.
Let the class know what you choose.
Gonna have to. I'm maxed out on dexterity and maxed out
Charisma.
on charisma and dexterity, but I'm probably gonna go with one of those two.
They're
Anyway.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I mean, only 1 point isn't going to help you at this point unless you have an odd numbered stat point in those, and you don't.
Increase your dex by 1. Add counterspell to your spell list.
You can counterspell lair action.
I know.
That's really cool.
Magical lair actions. You couldn't have counterspelled Amatsu Mikaboshi tail slapping you. But like, if they're gonna use their legendary action to do some bullshit like Shen, you could have counterspelled his stuff. And after you counterspell it, you get the legendary action until the end of your next turn.
I'm probably going to take Mastery of Flow.
All right.
Most likely.
Well, just go in and edit it whenever you wanna.
Alright, so Mastery of Flow, adding that to my list of things.
And here's Gourd of the Spirits.
Pico Hammer.
Mastery of Flow, other.
Mastery of Flow was the counterspell one, right?
Yes.
Dang.
If you already know Counterspell, you can choose another spell off your spell list, since this feature gives it to you.
Yeah. So I'm just basically going to set Counterspell as a special spell. Alright. And then after I put that in, I'm going to hit the bathroom real quick.
No problem. Anybody else doing anything over the long rest?
Yeah. I think I do. Because I have that carrot cake that's supposed to give us benefits. The whole thing in one sitting.
I am drawing a blank, but sure.
It
I
says in my
vaguely remember
inventory,
the
one
carrot
carrot cake.
Okay, you can add it to the feast, and I'll give you a bonus.
Okay.
Because
it's been sitting here for ages.
I bet.
Luckily, because your baker friend, it's a magic carrot cake.
Yep.
I guess Tara will practice a few more shuriken. Spurred on by that bullshit with Shen.
Alright,
it
roll
would
10
make
attacks.
sense.
10 1d20 plus 4s, I think.
I can just click with shuriken, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 5.
I'm back.
Hi. You're adding a carrot cake baked by Marim Show's buddy to the heroic feast.
Nice.
Which has remained
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. You barely make it again. Alright, you now have proficiency with Shuriken.
I want her to just like be in this very professional pose as she throws that last shuriken.
Hey, remember when we were at those colleges?
You say it's just her copying Koga's pose.
We were in those colleges in Anshin, and none of us got the full score that we'd have to do to go to the College of Excavation.
Nope.
What would have happened if we'd gotten enough College of Excavation? What would have we...
Then you... Big dick energy? There was no real benefits. Just like, wow, College of Excavation. They would have given you, like, minor subplots you could have followed.
Ah, so...
I feel like so... I hate to say cock-blocked because I had these cool things prepared for Shin because you told me to. And then he just fucking came in and whooped our ass.
Yep, sorry. Should have got him out like Reika did.
Yeah, it's almost as if you shouldn't have like let him choose the battlefield and given him like.
Well,
3
in
days to
fairness,
clear.
mine were more reactionary than proactionary.
Like Reika gave him it because Reika it's like, yeah, sure, honor and all that, but you guys could have went, yeah, you know what? Fuck honor, let's just kill him in his sleep.
Alright, so...
I want to see
you set up the heroic feast again, right?
how cool
Yep.
is it?
She uses
Nice.
a moment. She uses a moment to swap out her spells just so she can do that.
Everyone gets 12 max health. I'm gonna say that the carrot cake makes it permanent.
Wow! Holy
Holy
shit!
Ooh.
Nice.
Because I can't find the Feng Huang blessing list, so... Just fuck it.
Does that stack on the first heroic feat?
No.
But that is nice.
109 HP, still nowhere near what Leo had at level 9.
Well,
You guys also
we
level
can-
up,
Wow! Nice.
and the cave seems pretty normal. However, further down the cavern, you see a small tunnel with an upward slant, and you see sunlight coming down the tunnel.
Out of curiosity, what happens if... no, nothing. I'm just like...
Sorcerer. See what I get at 12.
It's an ASI level.
Oh, I'm gonna take a feat then. That or I could put 2 points into strength.
Don't skip leg day.
I'll have to think about what feats I get.
If you put 2 points in Constitution, you get like 24 health. Or no, 12.
Ooh, I get another invocation.
Let me just roll on HP. Is that below average? It is.
It is, yeah. So you take average 7.
Yep. Well, we should see. She looks around at the rest of the group. We should see if we fixed everything or if I didn't just make the biggest mistake of all time.
Let's go.
When we
I'm pretty sure the biggest mistake of all time has already sailed.
The Blorched Mondract. So Reika, that functions as a 5 since it's below average.
Yeah. I'm just deciding where I'm going to put my points.
Right, ASI is 4 points, right?
ASI is 2 points.
Oh, 2
Or do I want to take a level in fighter?
Let's see what the average is.
Not gonna lie,
Five.
great weapon fighting would probably be very helpful. The number of times I roll like ones on my damage die.
Yeah, you do that a lot, huh?
Yeah. It's almost
Hmm.
it's almost as if God himself is intervening to stop me doing all the damage.
It's almost as if God himself
me.
is intervening to stop you from doing all the damage, yes.
If we leveled up again, I would get action search.
Which would be pretty bonk.
I might take spell sniper actually, maybe.
I've been thinking of Spell Sniper too, but I don't know. I'm also eyeing toughness because squishy girl.
Yeah, maybe you could stop dying. Plus would be nice. Just like immediate extra 24 health.
You know what would be a funny one to take at this level?
Hmm.
Let me find it. Burglar. Save the world, now let's do crime.
It's all over for you.
You'll never see it coming.
What's Elemental Adept?
Elemental Adept.
You avoid
Good
resistance.
for all these resistant things.
It makes it so you can cast Fireball on fire elementals.
Nice.
It is pretty good, yeah.
Which is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
So we have a light coming through a tunnel.
Yep.
On your turn. Ooh, I could take Great Weapon Master. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 points, you can make one melee weapon attack. No. No.
Nah.
Because I already get a weapon attack on my bonus anyway.
Hmm.
Do you say Lucky is banned forever?
Yes. Because I give you lucky,
As it
it's
should.
just party lucky.
There was the feat that gave you evasion.
That'd be the strongest feat in the game.
It would be. Evasion is not.
Yeah. It's almost as if it's the only reason why
Evasion
people
evasion
monk.
is like one of the only reasons rogue and monk stand up to other classes.
Basically. I could take Resilient and then actually have proficiency in Wisdom throws. And stop, like, succumbing to every single Wisdom throw.
You could. But will you?
Alright, yeah. I don't think the extra Eldritch Blast worth more than 24 health. I'm going with tough.
And the extra point of Wisdom would bring me up to 18, so I would get an extra AC, an extra Initiative.
So did Terra just go from 75 health to wait 87 to 100 110 100
No,
and
75 plus
111?
24.
She
Okay.
went from 61 to 111.
Jesus Christ. Because they got the 12 permanent from Heroic Feast.
Alright.
Yeah, so Tara just like wakes up after that feast and it's like boom. I feel a lot better now.
She says big Rothgar muscles.
You know what? You know what?
Let's see.
I am gonna take Resilient because I want to stop fucking up wisdom saves.
Alright, so, tunnel.
Hundred and 4 health after all the calculations. Technically 106 people haven't used that moon vial.
Can I
Explosion.
take Grasp of Hadar? It's the opposite of Repelling Blast, so basically I'd be able to choose whether I want to push something away or pull it towards me.
If you want.
Or pull it towards Reika.
No, I think
Yeah.
it has to be pulled towards Marim Show.
Yeah,
I mean, you could stand.
Behind Rhaegar.
exactly. I don't know.
Oh, you're
figure out-
approaching me?
Zahando! Oh god, Merim shows my Okiasu.
I'm just trying to figure out. Took most of the good ones, I think.
Oh, by the way, when we get to the end of the session, I'll tell you why I was asking about stuff about, like, would it be a choreograph I hit myself?
Alright.
Okay.
Because that was part of the thing as well.
What the fuck, dude?
Should I take Arcanist?
I wanted that fucking sword.
What does
It would
Arcanist
have been
do?
great.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, after getting the Spirit Blade, you would have then had to beat him with it, and the Spirit Blade, as it was, only was under that effect for one attack, and it made it do until the end of that turn. All of its attacks function as auto criticals and deal max damage dice.
Crazy.
However, not like that. It deals 1d10. 1d10. No modifiers. But it's
you could
but
go
it,
with
but it's psychic
Spear to
damage.
make it really far.
The effect is when a creature takes damage from this weapon, roll a 1d9. They lose an available spell slot equal to the result. If they don't have a spell slot high enough, they instead lose their highest level available spell slot.
Yeah, spoiler, Rika would then have used her bonus action to summon all of her swords back. Like, she would have stopped gimping herself at that point.
And then he would have just beat you through regular means. Because he was a numbers boss.
He was a numbers boss, but
Deprived of, like, you'd have had to have punched her to death.
That's what he was doing mostly. He was just punching you guys to death.
Yeah, and it didn't work in Rika.
Oh, actually, now that you beat him, I'll read you the whole thing. So these are his features. Spirit Blade. Shen's attacks cannot have disadvantage opposed on them. Scroll of Shadows. Shen cannot fail a saving throw attached to a spell. Astral Tabby. This creature gains 15 feet of teleportation movement. Obsidian Omamori. This creature has True Sight and gains 5 uses of the Counterspell spell that recharge after benefiting from a long rest. Expert. After taking its action, this creature can take the hide action. Reactions. Shadow Step. Plus 10 AC, meaning he would have 37 AC. If attack is blocked, makes an unarmed strike and appears behind target. Counterspell, 5 uses. Legendary actions. Flurry of Blows. Shen makes 2 unarmed strikes attacks on creatures within range. Arc of Izanagi, which he never used because you convinced him not to. All creatures within a 30-foot cone must make a DC 23 Dex saving throw, or they take the Blade of Izanagi's damage. His charms. Shadow Charm. Shen becomes invisible until the end of his next turn, and his attacks deal an additional 1d6 force damage. Inferno Charm. All creatures in a 20-foot radius around Shen must make a DC 23 Dex saving throw and take 12d6 fire damage. Succeeding on the saving throw halves this damage. Psychic Charm. All creatures in a 20-foot radius around Shen must make a DC 23 Wisdom saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage and lose concentration on any spells cast. Succeeding this saving throw rolls a concentration check as normal. Weakness Charm. Shen designates a creature that you can see, etc., etc. Blinded, deafened, lose their ability to speak, have their movement reduced to 0. Indefinite effect removed by
Kinda
way of
sucks,
Greta
that one.
Restoration. Oh yeah, it's bad.
So I'll figure out my feet later.
Tunnel with light shining down.
Yep. I, for one, could use some fresh air. What about the rest of you?
I'm game.
Well,
I'm
Let's
ready
see.
to leave this dank cab behind.
I should probably give my regards to Master Okurai before we set out. But
So
looks around.
now that you are a master on the path of chakra, you can use these the chakra centers of the ritual to teleport to Ine Fujin, and you can also use Ine Fujin to teleport back here.
oh, nice. Will you guys give me a moment? She steps up towards the chakra connecting point and just whoops.
You appear in Ine Fujin, and nobody is here but the Kodama.
You heard about Kodama Fight Club?
She approaches some of the nearby Kodama and she's like, I don't suppose a guy made of rocks passed through here, did they?
They look at you, and then they point up through the cavern towards one of the high points of Ine Fujin.
Right, thank you. She's gonna follow the direction of that point.
All right. So you move upwards through Ine Fujin towards where its shrine to Izanagi used to be. And up there, all the plant life has since wilted away, of course. Some of the shrine still remains, though decrepit it may be. And lying on his side, with a sword buried in his stomach, is Shen.
He didn't. I thought they took him alive.
He is.
Well, I know what that does.
He's slightly curled up, and one of his hands is still around the handle of the sword, but he is in a
Yep.
pool of his own blood.
Sako leans down.
As you lean down, you see his pointer finger twitch slightly. His teeth are still grit. His mask is in tatters. Looks like he tore at some of his clothes. And as you sort of go down for a closer observation, his head turns his face closer into the dirt. What do you want?
I was actually looking for the rock guy. You seem to be in quite a lot of pain there. Do you need help?
Get out.
She furrows her brows.
Did Toga do this?
Break.
Are you familiar with what seppuku is,
Yeah.
Shawnee?
I'm super familiar with seppuku.
Yeah, I'm asking
Yeah.
Jay Shala.
Okay, but okay. It didn't occur to me. Okay, but Miriam Show would know what that is.
Miriam Shaw would
Sure.
probably know. She's read a lot
Well,
of
yeah.
books.
You know, Japan land. It's populated in Japan.
No.
Let's see if she.
So hold up. What, Sayako?
She approaches to where he's got his blade just shoved inside of himself. And she's like looking it over and looking at him and just this botched ritual suicide that he tried to commit.
Oh, Shen, you didn't.
Oh, I'd say it'll work.
Well, he's still alive.
It just hasn't worked yet.
Yeah. Oh. He didn't have a second, I guess. Which is what you're supposed to have, but...
She seems very wistful, looking upon Shen crumpled over like this. Reika Ramui gave you a second chance, and this is how you chose to use it.
Who are you to judge me?
It's not a judgment. You don't have much time. You have a choice, though. She's gonna ready her hands. She's not gonna do anything yet, but she says, "You have a choice, though." So, what will it be?
His teeth gritted together. He all he moves is the one hand that's not grasping the hilt of the sword, the one that's facing up. He with all of his strength, he just can slightly budge it off of his side, and his forearm and wrist fall to the ground in front of him, and he just drags his fingertips through the dirt, clutching at it, grabbing at it, and his eyes squeeze shut, and you see the faintest sight of tears.
All right. Sayako closes her eyes very firmly. I haven't readily ended a human life. They're precious things. They're very brief things. She is going to cast Spare the Dying on him and pull the sword out.
It clatters to the ground in front of him, and his other hand seems to almost be relieved of its relinquishment. And he lies there for a second. His breath labored as ever, but easing slightly.
I'm sorry, but if you seek a redemption for sorry, I tripped on my words. If you seek redemption through release, it won't be through me. Apologies.
The eyes open again, just slightly, and the one hand that had fallen to the ground and was clutching through the dirt, he slowly pushes himself up. You watched me put my arm through his chest.
I won't lie. I did mourn his loss.
He slowly climbs on shaky feet to a stand, and he faces you for a second. All of his rigid posture gone, all of his identity as a ninja laid away. He stands in front of you as a human. His breath rises and falls in shallow, sort of up and down motions. And he takes a step towards you.
Do you think this world truly fake? Or she looks away a moment and then looks back at Shen. The way I choose to see it is that it's a canvas where we can write our not only our history, but our future upon.
Whatever may be the truth of things, you have saved me the burden of choosing. That lies on you now. And he takes another step forward, and he hugs you.
She tenses up a bit. It's like, oh, human contact. She reaches up and just gives him a pat on the shoulder. You, you can begin anew as well.
He separates slowly and takes a couple steps back, turns and approaches a small, nondescript rock, and he sits on it.
She brushes a couple of fingers through her bangs. You haven't seen Okurai by any chance, have you?
He's the tears are flowing freely now, and he rests his elbow on one of his knees and holds his head in that hand. His other arm points. You follow the point, and it is towards Ayame's house.
She nods to Shen. Wherever you choose to walk next, I wish you well. And she's gonna head towards the house.
All right.
You are not our enemy, Shin.
Okurai is behind it. He is sitting at the small grave.
You gave me a fright there. I'm a little miffed.
I had to. If you had known, then Shen would have been able to discern. Thankfully, your spell proved resolute.
Yeah, apologies about that. But you know how I can be.
He looks over his shoulder. No harm, no foul. Why have you come to see me? This is not where your duty lay.
It's not, but if I don't walk forward without taking a moment to look back, well, I might end up like that poor guy out there. Plus, I wanted to see you off properly before we headed out to do what we know we must do.
With the completion of the ritual, I now know what effects it has. The world you are going to leave into is the one you left behind when you came in here.
She softly nods.
An Okurai that you may interact with outside the cave. It might not be this one.
She also nods at that. It might not be the same. It might not be the same as Zuni you know. And to some it might be a dream, but for me and for my own, this is our world, our story.
So be it. Off with you then.
Will this be the last time we see each other?
I will always see you looking inward, Sayako, my dear. And maybe now with 5 tails, instead of the 4 that I was used to.
Yeah, still getting used to that. Well, I don't want to keep my companions worrying, so take care, Master Akira, you old pile of rocks.
Did you just call me old?
She laughs at herself.
When you go,
Hmm.
let Mog do what he will. I'm not asking him to return, should he choose his fate elsewhere.
She sticks her tongue in her cheek and nods slowly. Seems to comprehend that. Thanks for everything, Master Okurai.
And you take off.
Yep. As she takes off, she wonders if Shen's gonna follow or if he's just gonna remain behind. She's not gonna invite him to follow, but
He's staying on the rock.
alright.
Notably though, as you pass, his ninja bracers, the shin guards, the meager amount of armor that was on his torso, his mask too, and the amount of headgear he had, all of it's discarded, sort of lying askew, and he's just clothed in pretty bare-bone threads. And you see his full face for the first time, with a cropping of some black hair. He looks at you with green eyes as you pass, and he nods.
She nods back to him and departs for the rest of the party.
All right, you show back up.
She's not going to tell the party that Shen's alive.
That's
'Cause
fine.
In her mind, Shen might as well be dead. This is a new man in his place.
All right, so Mog looks up.
Did you find him?
Oh yeah.
Great. He stands up.
Alright, well, thanks for the feast and all, but gotta get back to the training. You know how it is.
Of course.
He wraps the Kusarigama around both of his forearms. He goes over to the door, and he turns around.
I can't turn it on.
Oh. Here. She's gonna grab him by the shoulder and whoop.
Wait.
And he looks towards the rest of the party.
You guys are good people. I have a feeling that this is sort of gonna be the only thing me and Okurai talk about for a long time. And after I finish,
He nods to himself.
back north. Alright, let's go.
All right. Whoop.
Goodbye and good luck.
And Sayako, he disappears, leaving only you standing on the top of the steps.
All right. So, fresh air, everyone.
Yep.
Please.
And Sayako's gonna go towards the light.
So as you guys approach the small tunnel, the light has faded. And you climb it single file because that's all it will accommodate. And you emerge. Dun, 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 dun. Need a picture. You emerge out into the mountains as brilliant as you left them.
Well, thank the gods.
It's not daytime though. Up above, Tsukiyomi once again glints down at you. And far in the distance, to the west, you see the barren, ashy coasts of Hurinomasu.
So, I can't believe I'm thinking about this just. But how are we getting there?
Well, if someone were to whittle a boat out of wood,
Sayako, you get a sudden epiphany.
Pachink.
Gourd of the Spirits.
Oh, we have that covered. She doesn't say anything, but she has a smile on her face. A big fucking shit-eating grin.
Why
Are you,
does
going
that
to, are
concern
you
me?
going to elaborate on that, or are you just going to remain?
No. Let me have this. Let's get to the coast.
A few days pass as you guys make your way down the mountains. The yokai seem complacent. The dragon hunt is ended. And things are peaceful for a change. You guys share many more of these lighthearted conversations, this sort of revelry with one another. And Tybalt even checks in both of the days. He tells you that everything is going according to plan. Nothing foul has befallen any of the people up north, and the teleportation contingency is still an option, as he predicts it will remain.
I have a question for Tybalt.
Alright?
This might sound a bit strange, but did you ever, many years ago, get a message from me about the end of the world, and that didn't make any sense because the world wasn't ending?
So too, Sayako, are you capable of recommuning with Ozuma as an 8-tailed fox, sitting idly and laying his stressors into you and taking solidarity in the divinity that you guys share?
She does mention that this Koga fellow, wow, holy shit. And then he was like, pow, and then it was like, bam, and then...
Oh, by the way, Dad's alive.
At the end of one of the conversations, she's gonna look up, knees hugged to her chest, and she's gonna say, Ozuma? About Mother.
His interest is piqued.
You think I did the right thing?
What, left home?
She lowers her head and shakes it. Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you did.
Alright, so she kind of blinks and nods to herself. Kind of lets the conversation fall off there.
And you guys tread upon the snowy, sandless coast of Ina as the great big blue with a few drifts of ash finally comes to meet your nostrils. It's a salty, sweet smell.
It soothes something in my heart. It's colder than the seas at home.
Oh, it's a lot colder than the seas at home.
All that going around and not a daughter of Anshin.
If nothing else, at least it should be warmer.
And everyone looks at Sayako. What was your plan?
This way. She's gonna find a cliff. A small cliff.
You find one pretty easily.
Alright. Everyone stand back. And for good measure, she flourishes her sleeved arms like a fucking wizard would,
Of course.
for how she thinks a wizard would do it. She's gonna take the basin of chakra and go whoop, throw it up into the air.
The disappears, and then a massive, the gourd of the spirits, manifests, dropping rapidly towards the edge of the cliff. It-
Is that?
it-
What is that?
It teeters haphazardly, oceanward, but it remains on the edge.
Alright. All aboard the SS Bowl of Chakra.
Arashi ferries everybody to the inside.
You massive, massive, massive ham.
I try.
I can't believe. You know what? Weirder things have happened.
Alright. Now, how are we gonna propel this thing forward?
Thought you had that.
And with your weight, you feel a sudden as it shifts more haphazardly towards the ocean.
Everybody hold on.
And it just all of a sudden the cliff gives out from underneath, and it starts sliding down like a giant sled the slopes of the Enon coast cliffs. It hits the water
Sacco
with a
scream.
it shatters its way through several small ice flows, and the momentum with which it is given its kickoff, it quickly finds itself pulled away from the currents leading into the Enon coasts. And you guys are now slowly sailing towards Horinomasu.
If we die from this, I'm going to kill you.
Agreed.
The view's amazing, though.
And end session.